Welcome back, everybody, to Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans, featured right here on the TNI network. This is Trent with my co-host Bill, Jaybone, Alicia, and Marq, and this is the Impact and Access TV review for April 29th, 2021. My God, like Mark said a minute ago, we're almost halfway through this year. Can we believe that? And what a crazy half, even just 1/4 of a year it's been for Impact Wrestling, for our show. Lots going on, including a special guest here, Bill. We go right into guests, guys. As you guys know, we don't waste time and talk about a bunch of setup. We go right into our guests because they have busy lives. They're busy doing things. Especially this guest today is busy because he's got to be on the hunt. He's got his nose to the ground. He's got the magnifying glass out. You know, he's like a real sleuth. He's looking for things, looking for stories. He's looking for scoops. He's looking for scoops, the dirt. He's looking for anything he can. He's looking for the intel, huh, Bill? Looking for the intel.
There's only one kind of intel.
There's only one kind of intel. There's only one kind of intel that matters to Impact Wrestling fans, and that is Iceman's Intel. And we are here. We scheduled him from last week. He was, last week was a little bit of a miscommunication because look, it was Rebellion week. There was a lot going on. It was a bangorama. It was a bangorama, as Ace Austin would say, and there was a lot going on. He didn't have, he had to get. I'd rather he got the scoop and got the inside track on what was going on for Rebellion than spend time with us. So we're here on the post show, and we're gonna get it all from him now. So let's bring him in. If he should be ready, let's bring him in here. We're gonna big screen him. So get ready for that, Jay. We're gonna bring in. He is the one of the hosts of BTI of Before the Impact. He is the man with the intel, not Jaybone. Jaybone, take yourself down. Thank you. He is the man with all the scoop. Let's bring him in here, guys. Straight from up north. Let's bring in George Iceman. George, welcome. Not you, Jay, but I told you, make yourself smart. There we go. George Iceman. There we are. George, good to have you, man. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it. Love the show, by the way. I was tuning in to the watch along on Twitch, and it was a lot of fun. You guys got something really cool going on.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You did something you used to do a Twitch show for Impact prior to no. Can you tell us about what that was? For maybe people who might not remember it, just remind them.
I gotta say it was such a weird thing how it happened. I believe I was in such a weird. Wrestling is weird. You guys know wrestling is weird, man.
Yes.
So I'm Don Callis just got the gig, I believe, with Scott running Impact Wrestling. They were running a show out in Mania Week. Man, where was it? It was in Mardi Gras, Louisiana. Where's that?
Impact versus Lucha Underground.
New Orleans. So I was out in New Orleans, and I was hanging out with some of the boys from the Fed. Some of you might not know, may know. I'm friends with some of the boys from the UK and a lot of some of the guys. So Mania weekend, I'm going down and seeing some of the boys, supporting them. We're having some drinks. We're on the street. It's packed. It's going on. I got Scott and Don. I see them. What's going on, gentlemen? They're just settling in. I think they just got in. They said Scott pulls me to the side. He goes, "Listen, we're doing this deal with Twitch, and we got two local boys here in Toronto. We got you and we got Anthony Corelli, aka Santino Marella. We got two locals. George, you got Destiny, kind of like our little developmental type of thing going on with some of the up and comers. So why don't we, maybe get you guys a show and get some content on Twitch and get you guys perspective. It'd be great to get Anthony there, Santino as well with you and so forth. Let's have some fun." I said, okay. We talked briefly. This was outside on the streets of New Orleans during that Mania week. And I said, okay, this is pretty awesome. I like it. What did you have in mind? He goes, interview, talk about, the industry, Anthony's perspective coming from someone who's been in the business almost 10 years, traveled on the road all over the world. You guys maybe talk and interview some other talents. I go, that's a great idea. Let's do it. They have the head studio is in downtown Toronto. I didn't live too far from there, thank goodness. And I love it. It's in a really cool area near the CNE, which is the Canadian National Exhibition. It's the big theme park in the summer and a great studio, cool little neighborhood there. So we meet. It was great. Then we did the Twitch show, and I think Anthony only hung in there for a year. And then he had the baby. So him and his wife had a baby. So he wanted to spend a little bit more time with the wife and do some things and spend some more time with the baby. So he goes, "Iceman, I got to bail." And they said, "George, why don't you hold the fort? Do it solo." I go, damn, let's do this.
Yeah, right.
I was excited for the opportunity. I think I did a year solo as well. And then I got the big call, and the call was, we're making some changes. I was like, no.
It's the dreaded wrestling calls.
And I was just
talking.
I was just doing a co-hosting with Tommy Dreamer, and Tommy was like, he was giving me some props, and that meant a lot to me because the guy's got a lot of experience. And he goes, man, you're doing pretty good with this thing. So it meant a lot coming from that gentleman specifically. Yeah. So, but they said, you know what, our deal is changing with the Twitch and things that are going on, but we have something in the works. We'll keep you in the loop. So I'm like, so I sat out on the sidelines, and I was like, kind of like a little bit down. And then out of nowhere, I got called for a meeting, and Zoom meeting, of course.
Of course, and, no such thing as real meetings anymore.
Yeah, and it was with a new producer. And I don't know how much I can tell you about this, but what I can tell you is that somebody that used to work for the UFC and was dealing with some content at the UFC and doing some really great stuff has now been, hired by Impact Wrestling, because they're really starting to go into different avenues, really smart, many avenues. So the guy that worked for the UFC came, had some ideas, sat down, we talked, him, Scott, me, and then Josh got in there, and that was one talk. And then if you guys don't know, there is a show coming with me and Josh.
No kidding, another one. Wow.
That's the major scoop. I'm going to get in trouble. I just know it's
this is the intel. No, George.
No, nobody watches this. It's fine.
But, yeah, right. So, what I can say is there's something really cool. It's a new show, a lot of fun, and it's going to be it's with me and Josh Alexander. So stay tuned for that. Nice. So that's your scoop for tonight. A new show's coming out with me and Josh Alexander.
This is where the news breaks. This is it.
That's no fake wrestling news. We don't even need to cite the source because he's sitting
right here. Wonderful, George. That's really cool.
Ex-American champion Josh Alexander.
I do want to note that you said the exact same thing that Gia told us when she got the call. She was like, am I being let go? I'm going to go in there and fight.
Yeah. You get a little nervous, right?
Yeah.
And then I got called to go solo to speak to Scott, and then Josh Matthews got on the phone, and so I do a thing. I have a show, and it's like an intel show, and it's based on the paranormal and the occult. And we talk about black magic, and we talk about sorcery, demonology, paranormal, horror movies, Ouija boards, a lot of crazy stuff. I used to dabble in the occult and magic. So
you're talking. Alicia is getting excited. The more you say, I see her smiling. This is right up her alley.
I have a show like that, and the boys kind of took a look at it, and they're like, wow, we love your presentation, your concept, your idea.
Yeah.
We're thinking maybe do something kind of similar with Impact and do like an intel, like, you got a scoop, you got some inside information, and maybe have some fun. And as we build, because it's still early, so I'm still being introduced as my character and giving little scoops until the time is right. I could drop some major bombs. So it's like a movie. You're not going to get all the bombs right away, because let's be frank with each other. We're having fun. We're entertaining. This is entertainment. So you're not going to get all that. You're going to get little tidbits, and then when the time is right, I'll drop some big monsters. So they wanted to. It's a template to see how it's going, and I got some good stuff in the beginning, and the crowd seems, the majority seem to like it, that it's different, that it's a little scoop. It's something. Yeah. They did something kind of similar, Vince Russo with Vince McMahon back in the day on Livewire on Saturday. I don't know if you remember.
I remember.
Yeah.
George, I was a call-in on Livewire one time. So when you started doing, I was on the phone. I asked an idiotic question. To this day, I embarrassed. I need you to do call-ins when you get yours going, so I can make up for how stupid I looked in 1995.
No problem. I'll get you back and make you look like $1 million there.
That's wonderful.
It's something kind of like that, but the idea was based on my show where I have an intel, some small scoops, nothing crazy until the time is right. Then we'll drop some bombs, and we tried to come up with a name. We had a few names, and then Josh Matthews, of course, was there. Really smart guy. For those who don't know, Josh Matthews plays a very important role at Impact Wrestling. He's involved in more than what you see. Yeah. He has his hands in a lot. He has like 5 or 6 jobs. He's a really good guy. He's very passionate, loves the business. A lot of people don't give him enough credit, but he definitely deserves credit. He's a 24-hour a guy when it comes to Impact Wrestling. You pick up your phone at 4 a.m, he's there. So I just want to acknowledge that and let everybody watching to know, don't give him such a hard time. He actually does a bunch of jobs for the head office, for the company, besides him just doing the announcing.
Yeah, he's the goat. It's not just a gimmick.
Bill is a huge Bill has Josh Matthews t-shirts, you name it. we have some big George, you mentioned Destiny, and just to give everybody some context. Now, you are the head honcho of Destiny Wrestling in Canada, correct?
Yes, I'm the head of the board for Destiny World Wrestling, which is a Canadian indie in Toronto. And not to toot my horn, I'd like to think it's one of the best in Canada. It is the best in Canada. I can tell you right. It's better when you say it than me. It means a lot. I can tell you honestly, I work for AAW in Chicago, and we work with Josh Alexander quite a bit, and he has done nothing but you sing your praise in the past. He's a lot. Any of the Canadian boys who come through always have great things to say. So it's always right from the source. I take it very seriously when it comes to that. So basically, I started I was working for Anthony Santino as an announcer for him in Toronto at the Battle Arts Academy. Mm-hmm. And then I had a couple of my buddies that, weren't in this class, but they were more evolved, right? So I was like, maybe I'll do an indie and start a name, because I did it before many years ago and I took a break. And that's a whole other show. But I said, okay, I want to do it. So I want to throw a show. So I threw a couple of shows, and then because of your contacts, I got to go, and hang out with, Impact Wrestling. I got to, hang out at WWE backstage, and I knew guys from, different organizations. And I was like, man, wouldn't it be awesome if I could do like a mini, NXT, some kind of developmental or something cool in Canada for our talent. And then I only want to bring in top guys to work our guys, so that could catapult their brand and their name, so more people know about them. Because in America it's so big, and there's so many indies. Guys could work 5 days a week, sometimes twice in the same day. Not so much in Canada at all. So I'm like, how do I get the Canadian boys a little bit of rub? We got to bring some of the Americans out here to work. But again, I wanted the name to have a little bit of prestige in that fact. So I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be different than all the other indies. I'm not going to do the upcomers. That I won't do. I'll do the guys that are just about to break. So if I see something in you that I think this guy's ready for the show, the main show, then what can I offer him? The way the cameras are, where we have it, how to cut promos backstage with producers, because we actually hire producers, physicians, medical staff. We have catering. We take the implement of WWE or NXT and we duplicate it on a smaller level, so that in every single way, they learn all those aspects that they haven't learned on the indies, and so that when they go into the Fed or Impact Wrestling, they nail it like that, because they know where cameras angles are. They know how to deal with an agent or producer. They know where the catering is. They know the backstage unwritten rules to the massage bed, to get the therapist on you, stuff like that. So I wanted to do that, and I've been blessed to pick the right guys, and a lot of guys that I believed in Canada got picked up, got signed. Even guys that I grabbed from the US or the UK started to blow up. So really blessed, with the branding, the marketing, the venue. We bring in lighting, production, and we try to do a mini type of NXT thing. So we're, again, very blessed. If no one's ever seen it, you could check out some of the matches at Destiny World Wrestling on YouTube. And once a month, we'll post a free match for everybody to check out.
That's great. Now there's some Destiny stuff on the Impact Plus too, isn't there? On the Impact Plus app, you have some licensed out there.
Yeah, I licensed some stuff to them. I had a TV deal earlier on with a company, Bell 5 TV here in Canada, and they produced a couple seasons. So they wanted some content, so we gave them some of the earlier content. All the newer content from the past few years, we haven't released. We actually had an original deal in place with Fight TV because we have so much amazing talent, and we announced it, but then the pandemic happened, and that kind of put a damper on things, because we had a library, but we were also going to provide a new content, and we were going to produce something kind of like Saturday Night's Main Event type of thing, and it was going to be on Saturday night on Fight Network, and we were going to bring in big names, and we had distribution, and Fight Network was going to pick that up. So we had a deal in place, but with this, it kind of sidewinded. So I have the library, but I don't want to present it just as a like, here you go. I want to present it where, you know how Mean Gene used to do the show where he would be in the studio, present it, cut to the match, come back, give a backstory, cut to the next match, you know? So I wanted to do it more on those lines. So when we have the time to get into an actual studio where we could film those segments and then tap into the matches, because I want it to be as crisp, as clean, and give the fans a really high quality product, if that makes sense.
No, it's wonderful. Plus, it immerses us a lot more into it, you know, as we watch it. Yeah, coming from a guy who's right at the head of it, you know, to get the background, to get the perspective. It's great. I would love that. I would absolutely love that.
And you know, once in a while, you know, I want to give people the inside scoop. Like, people don't know what it takes to book a wrestling show sometimes. They think it's pretty easy. So one of the ideas with Fight Network was also to have a camera with me, and it would follow me for a couple of days, where you'd see me in a boardroom making calls to the talent, seeing how we do the contract, how it goes out with the email, how we book the flights, the hotel, how it works with pickup, because everybody does things different. I do it from a concert perspective because that's my background. So, for instance, there'd be a driver, maybe with me, a liaison. You get a you would get a sheet, and that sheet would give you your rundown for the day, which could consist of time at the gym, time for food, time for shopping, you know, interviews if we have lined up for you. So you'd get an itinerary, stuff like that. So we try and run it as professional as humanly possible.
That's great. That's the only way it works. You know, that's what divides a professional from just somebody who's fly by night. And people remember it. Like I say, people come and they talk about it, and then they tell their friends, they tell their wrestlers who want to come work for a company like that. That's where they're treated well. There's good stories. There's good professionalism. That's wonderful to hear.
Yeah.
Bill, have you been to a Destiny show? Bill's been to everything.
I've been to the Don Koloff Arena a few times. Like the Impact branded, the one night only.
One night only,
with the Pentagon focused one night only, the No Fear show, and obviously the IPWF show.
Oh, that's a classic. That was wonderful.
That was fun.
We did enjoy that a lot. Now, so Iceman, is Canada still shut down currently? Is it no shows right now?
It's not good right now. I mean, it's one of the worst in all of North America, to be honest. I mean, they're pushing this thing like it's out of style, and you know, we have, you know, politicians and even the police today sent believe it or not, went to the Supreme Court. They're taking the government to court because of the strict lockdowns. It's mind-blowing. You know, you got Florida, Texas, Nashville. I just heard Blasio today saying we're returning this summer, New York, Connecticut. So many states opening up. Wrestling's coming full throttle. Fans, you know, we'd like to do more here in Canada. We're kind of stuck here with this prime minister who's a bit of a pain in the neck. So we're hoping that changes very shortly. But for the summer, I have high hopes, and I'm giving praise and thanks to God Almighty that we get some wrestling live this summer.
Yes.
Hey, as soon as the border opens up, I'm heading back.
We're there, man. We're going.
There you go.
Windsor is 5 hours from my door. It's 5 hours from my door only. I can be in Canada in 5 hours. I'm not far away, and I love going to Toronto. What a beautiful, absolutely beautiful city. I have a lot of family in Mississauga, so I have a place to stay.
Oh, that's Destiny's place.
That's where the arena is, right? In Mississauga?
Yeah. That's the arena. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I already gave my cousins a heads up. I said, once this opens up, I'm coming to stay with you because I need to go to the arena and watch some shows.
You have to come be our guests. We'll get you some great seats. You know, get you some front row. Sit down, come watch the show, be entertained, see what we do, and see some of the Canadian talent. Like, you know, obviously some guys you've seen, like Ethan Page, Josh Alexander, which, you know, we had a lot you know, to do with and behind him.
Yeah.
You know, we got him signed. He got signed at a Destiny show in our ring during a pay-per-view.
Yes.
And I remember everyone's face was just, I mean, even me, I'm not saying it for the emotional aspect to be theatrical.
Sure.
I'm being very real when I say we were all emotional. I had tears in my eyes for the guy because he fought so hard. And you guys don't know the conversations I had with the man, even like a week before. Like, what am I going to do, George? I have a family. I got bills to pay. What's my next game plan? And I'm like, hang in there. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. You're right there, man. You're right there. Everyone's looking at you.
Yeah.
And then, you know, to Scott's mind. A very smart guy, by the way. Don't underestimate that guy. He's a pretty smart cookie in this business. He's been around for a long time. Yeah. He believed in Josh, and he got to see him bloom at Destiny. He said, let's sign this guy. Let's give him a contract. Let's get him a visa. Let's get him to the States. Let's get this guy. And it meant a lot. I gave the guy, I think it was backstage, I gave Scott a huge hug and a kiss. And I said, I love you, brother. You're a good brother, and you're doing a great thing. And so it meant a lot to have him give Josh. And, Josh has done it a lot on his own, and he's struggling, and he's a no-nonsense type of guy. He's like a guy's guy. He's a dude.
He is.
He's a guy's guy. He's that guy that you can hang out with. And Jack, he's the real deal. And he's respected by other. He's one of those, like, in acting, they have like an actor's actor. Yeah. And it's people like, Denzel Washington or Daniel Day-Lewis. They're like that actor's actor, even other actors like him. Josh is that type of guy in wrestling. He's like a wrestler's wrestler.
Yes.
Other wrestlers appreciate him, like him. You go backstage, who do you want to work? 9 out of 10 times they're all going to say, I'll work Josh tonight. Let's work.
Because he's also such a nice guy too. Not to ruin any of his tough guy image, but he is one of the nicest people you'll ever come across, and so respectful to every single person who he ever meets. And one thing that you mentioned with him, it's when he had the neck injury. I remember it was so devastating, the neck injury plus the getting cut off to come over here to the States. Also, it was such a tough time for the guy, and then for him to bounce back from it all, and just to see this past week at Rebellion him win the title, it was such an amazing crowning achievement for him to just get such an individual shine, because we all knew what he was capable of. It's like, okay, great. Now let everybody else see this too. It was great to see that.
Honestly, touching. I don't know if the video went viral with his wife and the kids jumping on the couch.
I did.
And the social media, his thing was on fire. His Twitter. Obviously, I'm going to message the guy immediately. It was probably, most likely it was his wife and then me. Messaging him backstage, and I'm like, dude, tears in my eyes, big hearts. I messaged him before the match as well. I go, all eyes are on you, my brother. All eyes are on you. And it was such a great thing, because you guys you see his passion, you see his love for the craft of wrestling. You know how hard he works. So to get that X Division, he grew up watching that X Division. So to see him win it was just incredible. And again, whenever you go to a live show, when you get that chance, go up to the guy, shake his hand, give him props, because he loves this business like no one else. And I refer him not on the bad side, because there's always a little bit of negative to everybody, but he's almost like the new era of Bret Hart. He's like that new era of Bret Hart, Canadian, loves Canada. He's a wrestler. He's technical. He's hard knocks.
Great way to put it. Great comparison.
Prestige. So he's my new era Bret Hart, and just nothing but love for Josh Alexander.
That's wonderful. That is so cool. That's a good compare. Go ahead, Jay.
Now, speaking of proud Canadians, now I know you're a proud Canadian as well.
Yeah.
But you also represent Impact Wrestling. What is your feeling on all this? Kenny Omega now has the Impact Wrestling World Championship. Are you on the side of, wow, this is a great thing for Impact fans, or are you like, oh, they stole our title? How do you feel? How do you
unbiasedly, George? He's also Canadian, but be unbiased now.
Am I in character, or am I just George? You want to hear George?
I want you to ride the line and let us decide what you're answering.
I think it's absolutely incredible. I think it's a beautiful thing in the wrestling business right now. Fasten your seatbelts. You ain't seen nothing yet. I promise you, Impact is going to shock the world. They've been taken advantage of. A lot of people didn't give them the credit that's due. They've been hustling. If you see Scott and Don, their earpieces never leave their ear. If I go visit, let's say, Scott in Windsor, that guy is up till 3-4 o'clock in the morning on deals, hustling, styling, rocking it, talking, storylines, scripts. The guy is hustling. 3 deals in place. We got AEW. We got Impact. We got New Japan. So you're seeing New Japan. Something else there's a third one. That's another scoop. Watch out. There's
Look at this.
Oh,
Okay, get on the Twitter, people, and spread that Iceman is dropping tomorrow.
We want you to.
We need
tap
somebody to
Iceman.
watch the show. We need more than 12 people on. What do we have on here? Come on.
So there's a lot that's happening. Fasten your seatbelts. This is just the beginning. Slammiversary, historic. The business has never been better. I mean, today we had former WWE World Champion and contracted star to WWE. Daniel Bryan even talked about Kenny Omega winning the title in his style.
Yeah, something. Wow,
Yeah,
what a world this is now.
Crazy.
The world is just it's incredible. So, guys, fasten your seatbelts. Kenny Omega is the world champion, holding these titles. He is going to, be responsible and show up when he has to. And that's not the only thing. There's a lot more to come here, guys.
This is incredible. So, strap in, everybody.
Strap it in. You guys are in for a great treat. Lots of beautiful surprises. Lots of great things coming. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if other organizations start losing tons of fans and they start hopping over because of water here and everywhere else right now.
I dub thee, George, the hype man.
We
Hype
gotta go hype man. Hype man.
Hype man.
Well, he's always been the hype man. That's why everyone wanted you to be the Twitch in between commercial guy.
Oh, George, I'm gonna put it out there. No, and this is not to take shots at Melissa Santos, but the time where you substituted for her, when you said for Melissa, and the entire chat went bananas about what can he just do the Twitch in betweens from now on? It was so engaging. I absolutely love that personally. Just was like, this is so engaging. This is what we wanted. We were.
And you have no idea. That means a lot what you just said, because you are catered to. I'm like you. You're like me. You're a fan. You love wrestling. You're in it. I've just been blessed at the opportunity to work in the business and have some friends that are in the business and struggle to get into the business. So we're the same. All of you watching, we're the same. I just happen to be lucky enough to really put the work, the effort, the time to try and get a job doing what I love. So the fact that you're saying that, it means I think I'm doing a good job. So it means a lot. Thank you.
Absolutely. You are, man. Absolutely. George, we definitely would appreciate you coming. Let's get some plugs. Let's talk. Plug BTI real quick. Let people know where they can get the. We got about 3 or 4 weeks of scoops here, but in case there's a couple left on Tuesday,
I give you real scoops tonight.
This is some heavy stuff. Heavy stuff, George. I mean, I hope you're still there Tuesday after what you just dropped on the show. But go. Where can they watch BTI? And then I want you to definitely plug Destiny. Where can people support the company even during the downtime here? What can we do? But let's get BT out of the way, and then let's focus on Destiny for a few minutes here.
Okay, first, guys, you can follow me on Twitter at I am George Iceman. So if you haven't, please follow me at on Twitter. I am George Iceman, and of course, I'm on BTI every Thursday night. Of course, Access TV 7:00. And if you're not on Access TV, you could be in other parts of the world. Check us out on Twitch. Sometimes we're airing some stuff on the Twitch, and we're also on Fight Network all across in Canada. So if you're in Canada and you're on Fight, you can see the show in Canada. We sometimes repost my personal segment on Twitter so you guys could see it. And there's more intel to come. I could say, watch out. I got a follow up on that paranormal I was talking about.
I like that.
Watch out.
We've been wondering about this one since this dropped. We've had theories. We've had Alicia's been going nuts. She's been she's been reading through her occult book.
She hasn't asked me one question yet.
I'm terrified.
She's taking it all in. Jaybone's terrified.
So we can confirm El Phantasmo is not the ghost.
Yes, El Phantasmo was not the ghost. You can't confirm. What I can confirm, truly, that is not the end of things to come with this paranormal. Again, guys, on a lighter side, this is entertainment. This is telling stories, a bit of the movie business. And, we have wrestling, but we have to entertain as well. So more is coming. There's a lot going on. It's a crazy paranormal world out there with these ghosts, these summonings, these demons. I don't know what's going on, but I can tell you there is more things happening than meets the eye, and I'm going to continue the story.
Well, Alicia,
Transformers confirmed.
Alicia, this is your language. He's talking here now. Can you like follow this up with some insider talk? What kind of terminology? Something?
Tag. I don't know.
I don't know. You're into that stuff.
I don't got the scoops unlike some people in this chat right now.
Oh snap!
I have some suspicions, but I am more excited to just be surprised and watch how things play out, and then pat myself on the back if I'm right.
All right.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, have fun with it. But yeah, there is some more paranormal activity that is happening.
I love it.
And there's some other things going on. Fasten your seatbelts. I think this story is far from over.
I might get the Iceman in the undead realm. Who knows?
I want everyone.
No.
Oh, wait a minute now. That's
Get
something.
behind me, Satan.
Wait, we should get Father James Mitchell to do it, to walk in on Iceman doing the intel, and just what that sit down would be. Could be incredible. That's that's ultimate paranormal right there.
I might have to call Zach Bagans from the Travel Channel to come into a paranormal investigation here at the studio and find out exactly what's going on.
I like this. I like where this is headed.
Big plans from the Iceman. I like it.
I like it. Iceman, let's get some Destiny plugs. I know things are not running right now, but we want to support the company. Is there merch? Is there video? Where can we support, follow, whatever we want to do? Put it in here right now.
We just launched a YouTube channel, and posted some content. We have a very big match. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend. A couple of good matches. We did last summer during the pandemic. We were able to do a show outside. They allowed us to do one outside.
Oh, great.
And it was, I called it The Clash because at the time it was Canada's, top two bangers. And it was Speedball Mike Bailey taking on Josh Alexander. A hell of a match outside. Mm-hmm. No commentary needed. I did this raw because I just wanted you to enjoy it. So that's up there. An amazing match, of course, a triple threat. I'm glad to say I did it before anybody else. Was Ricochet versus Rey Mysterio versus PJ Black in a triple threat. It was incredible. At the time, PJ was our world champion. He was our very first world champion, actually. Oh, wow. As soon as he left the WWE, we crowned him the inaugural champion. But that's up there. Some other stuff. Once a month we post. Once again, Destiny World Wrestling on YouTube. Once a month we'll post something. And if you want to follow us on social media for updates, we are on Instagram and Facebook. Follow us on Facebook on our group, Destiny World Wrestling. On Instagram, Destiny World Wrestling. We do post updates every few days, and we can't wait to have our deal come through with Fight Network to full out shows and start doing live shows and give you some more good stuff.
That's awesome. Everybody go give him a follow. Give George a follow on Twitter. Follow Destiny. Get the YouTube. I'm looking at the YouTube channel right now. There's tons of matches. There's all sorts of content. It's all free, including the Josh Alexander Speedball Bailey match. So everybody go follow that right now. Nice. Enjoy. It's free wrestling. I mean, what's the complaint? It's free. So that's awesome. Georgie, I also see a Pro Wrestling Tees page. Is this t-shirts and stuff, right? I see one t-shirt up here so far.
Just one. Yeah. We didn't get big into the merch. I want to, but at that time I'm so busy with 90 million things. I allow the boys to make the boys and the girls, of course. I'm not going to forget the girls. Yeah. The boys and the girls to make money off their merch and sell their gimmicks. And usually how I do it is I do it per tour. So I don't technically have a shirt for just Destiny. It's like if I do a tour for 4 months where there's a lot of shows going on in different areas and we travel, I'll do a tour shirt. So I think the shirt you're seeing there on Tees was our last tour shirt. And so the next one we got, hopefully will be this summer. There'll be a great tour, different places. So we have a new shirt coming out in the summer for another tour, because I try to make it as entertaining as possible. So next t-shirt will be for the tour, and look out for more content just coming. Guys, I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Follow me on Twitter again. I am George Iceman. Stay tuned. You ain't seen nothing. Nothing.
Can't wait.
What's about to come on Impact Wrestling? I promise you, if it isn't number one now, it's going to be. Lots is coming. Lots of great talent, faces, storylines, and people are working tirelessly to keep their levels high for you guys. Believe me, they're not sitting in the back doing nothing. They really, really want this to blow things up and be better than it ever was.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, we know Johnny Bravo talked about the 5-year plan. And it sounds like that's all part of it.
It's all coming together. Awesome. George, before you go, can I ask you one last personal question?
Yeah, ask me anything.
How much money does Johnny Swinger owe you?
You know, I might owe him money. That guy's such a swindler. He understands me somehow, some way. I don't know how, but he might bump into me sometime backstage and say, "Hey, Iceman, I think you owe me $5." I'll be like, "I do?" And I might just pay him just to get him off my case. But Johnny Swinger, what a character! Hey, just to show you. I mean, anywhere else, you wouldn't know what to do with that guy, right? Oh. Really, because you're like, what do you do with a character like that? But Impact and Scott and him were able to do something fun with him and be entertaining at the same time. And he looks fantastic and he's very entertaining. And look, there you go. Look at Johnny Bravo, for crying out loud. I mean, referee to manager, and he's got a personal tailor. I mean, I can't afford those shirts.
Dino's crazy.
I don't know if I'd wear those shirts in public to begin with, but anyways, he does have those shirts.
It's incredible. But just to think, the career resurgence these guys are having at this point in their careers is incredible. Like Bravo, I mean, just he was not known on a worldwide scale until he was past his wrestling days, and I mean, it's incredible. Look at him now. I mean, this is the kind of creativity that Impact harnesses, and I think it's absolutely brilliant. Johnny Swinger's another example. Just we refer to him as the national treasure. What Johnny Swinger's doing is another level of something.
I love it. I love it. Hey, and let's not take away on the side there is the Good Brothers and all the fun they're doing with those side shows and the movie watch-alongs and the beer and having those little. They do some fun stuff. I love it because they're not scared to take risks, and you shouldn't be scared to take risks. You know the old saying. The old saying is always. You don't know if you're going to fail unless you try. And if you try and it didn't work, you never failed because you tried. So you got to try. And they're not scared to try things and have fun and dabble with each other and do stuff. And that's incredible to see all these guys experimenting. And we have such young superstars. Watch out, Chris Bay. This guy's blowing up, a big star, Chris Bay. Another guy, Trey Miguel. Trey is incredible, young, talented, high-flying, amazing individual. A lot of great superstars in here. Tasha Steeles. I love Tasha and the crew. Another one. Tasha is awesome. Good friends with a friend of mine, Deanna Peraza. They trained together with my good friend out in New York. So much amazing people. And, I have to say, too, not to just put them over because you guys are all watching. I'm truthfully saying there's some amazing people backstage at Impact Wrestling. The producers that work tirelessly, the directors, the camera guys. There is a team. It isn't one or two guys. There's a whole massive team who love it, who are passionate about it, who spend 24/7 on it, and everyone's working overtime to try and make this thing work.
It's wonderful. We're so lucky that a lot of them do jump in the chat here and have given us a lot of feedback and tell us how much they enjoy what we're doing, and vice versa. We're able to at least directly tell them, in the chat, or sometimes we even had a few of the folks on here just to tell them how much we appreciate it, because we understand it takes a village to do this, and they are all absolutely doing an incredible job. So we're very grateful for that team. For you, George, it's been wonderful to see you become such a big part of this whole show and everything, and to drop all this intel, guys. You got
a lot of intel. There's one last piece of intel that the watch along crew is asking, and I got a
lot for free, Bill. I mean, we gave him a lot today. You want to give him more? I don't think we owe him any more today.
This is one piece that George may or may not know, but if anybody knows it, it's him. You know the Twitch. You were big early with the Twitch with Impact. Yeah. Tonight they did a better job, but we obviously would love you to be the guy in between for commercial breaks, to not have the replays from Impact Plus.
Yeah.
And we're fine with replays from Impact Plus if they were different. They tend to be repeats, sometimes in the same night. Do you know who handles that? Because nobody will admit that they know who handles the Twitch flash.
This is the intel you need to get, George. Who is pushing play on that tape? And who we need to get out of there and put George into that seat. So we got.
Tell me why I know Steiner math by heart.
Yes.
I think to answer that question with diplomacy and professionalism is I don't think it's anyone's fault. I think this is a how do I say it? There are I's that need to be dotted and T's that need to be crossed. Okay, so this is a business deal between Impact and Twitch, and certain things have to fit perfectly together for it to be.
So that would be why the same ones, because they fit time frames.
This is not. You want to talk a diplomatic answer?
That's the type of answer we were looking for. That's the intel.
You know, George, I know we're not going to politics, but I mean, you know, this could be the prime minister. This is the kind of guy I want running the show. You know, this is prime minister material right here.
I'll get some dual citizenship and vote for George.
There we go. Dual citizenship.
I think he just wants to run a wrestling show.
That's it. Like, I'm not interested in the politics. I just want to run a damn wrestling show. George, absolutely. Yeah. You have a open invite, and from here, anytime you find yourself in Chicago, please let me know. You have a seat at AAW on me, and a deep dish pizza waiting for you anytime you want.
Oh, I love deep dish pizza. I will take you up on that when I go to Chicago. I will hit you up, and I want you to take me to your favorite deep dish pizza. I'm a deep dish pizza guy.
This is a virtual handshake. Josh is coming soon at some point. Jump in the car with Josh.
I may come with him. I may come with him for the pizza.
We've already been talking. He's already set on coming back within pretty soon. So jump in the car with him and get back, get over here. And there's a deep dish pizza waiting for you.
Man, you guys are pure class. Lots of respect. And I was seeing just some of the comments from your viewers. Look at the viewers, pure class, good people supporting you. Amazing. Acer's in there. I miss Acer. I remember Acer from the Twitch show. What a good guy.
Look at that,
Acer is
we
awesome.
have a great chat.
He just made his
great
night.
Individual. Maji, Dark. There was a few others here that I tried. I don't know if I recognized, but Lakers, Impact. There are some really good viewers you got here that are supporting you, that love the game, love the business. So God bless all the viewers. God bless all you guys as hosts. Continue to watch, continue to support, follow Impact Wrestling. Much more is coming. You ain't seen nothing yet. The summer's going to be wild, and Slammiversary is going to make Slammiversary. It's going to make history. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, awesome. George, let's do this. After Slammiversary, come back and we'll talk a little bit more. How about that?
That'd be great.
And then hopefully by then there's some Destiny dates on the calendar over the summertime. Let's plug that. We'll get everything rolling after Slammiversary again here.
Love it. Thank you so much,
George. Thank you very much, everybody. George Iceman, follow him on Twitter right now at I am George Iceman. Follow Destiny, get some merch, support BTI, hashtag BTI. Tweet Josh Matthews. Let him know how much you love George Iceman. Let everybody know how much.
Yes. Tag him. Tag Josh.
Tag Josh and make sure you mention that he put he put Josh over more than his own wife put him over. Okay, George Iceman has really put him over on TNI tonight. So let Josh know that for sure. George, what a pleasure, man. Thank you so much.
Guys, have an amazing night. God bless. And tune in Thursdays. You know the same time,
we know the drill.
Same channel. You know the drill. Thanks, guys. Have a great one.
Thank you, George. Take care. Good night, man. George Iceman, wonderful. Let me take it. Oh, what a wonderful. Take Bill out of here. Bill is not the start. That was George. There it is.
My anxiety is eased after a visit from George.
Look at that. What an absolute pleasure this was. Immediately one of my top guests on TNI. We've had everybody come through here on the show. That was fun.
We say that every time, but only because it's true. We have been fortunate to have incredible guests.
Yeah. Like Iceman, from the day I met him, that guy, he's just so great.
Oh,
dude, that's the best hype man I have ever heard in my life.
Yes.
Like the next time I have a big event and I need an MC, I'm calling the Iceman in.
I wish the Iceman could have represented me at my divorce trial. Could you imagine? I would have gotten everything in the divorce if that was the case. This is the guy. He should be a lawyer. He is the guy that, like, if anybody thinks Trent's a piece of shit, it's like, no. Talk to the Iceman. You want to get the real me, talk to this guy. He'll put me over. That's wonderful.
You'd still be part of a band, for crying out loud.
Exactly. Sammy Callihan would have kicked me out of my own band. I need to basically be friends with a guy like George Iceman. This is the kind of friend you need in your life, guys. So that was wonderful. Absolutely. What a pleasure to have him on. So that's cool. You guys, you got a lot of scoops. And Bill, we gave him too much today. He gave him the house today. This wasn't right.
We said
we said
we didn't say anything.
There'll be some scoops. So people, you had to watch it. You had to be here to see it.
You see what Alicia just said? There's nothing left for the Patreon. We might as well clam it up now. Like, shut it down. Because somebody's getting in trouble. It's going to be us. They're not going to give Iceman the heat. They're going to give us the heat for doing this.
This show peaked early tonight.
We put it up. Well, you know what? To be fair, I think that's, if you watched BTI tonight, which hopefully you all did that first hour, we're even doing it on the co-stream. They were giving away at least 12 minutes of the main event from Rebellion for free.
A lot of it. You got a lot of Rebellion for free tonight.
So bring in the TV viewers by giving more away, and he didn't say everything, but those teases.
My brain is tingling.
That's a big. And he's talking huge bombs. We've had some pretty good news so far, some intel in these segments, but he's talking about bombs.
Yeah. Word to your moms. I came to drop bombs.
There it is. Jaybone, never do that again. Thank you very much. Wow, that's awesome. No, Jaybone, I mean, the Iceman took your gimmick today. He did all the news, but do you have anything left that you can possibly
How do you follow that? How do you follow that
with Jaybone's news?
I'm wiped. No way.
Nothing? No news? There's no news left. Is there any news? You know, there's I don't think there's any news actually.
There were under siege match announcements. They announced Kenny and the Good Brothers versus Eddie and Finjuice.
Well, Mark, do you want the jingle? I mean, do you if you're gonna say news.
I just caught it while we were with the Iceman.
Yeah, this was all announced as they went off the air.
Yeah.
Look, does anybody want the jingle while we do the news, or you want?
I want the jingle because it's part of the show and the people demand it.
Well, let's go with the jingle then.
Yeah.
Jiminy Christmas.
And now, last minute news. We didn't really have anything. We're kind of struggling to get something. Pulling at straws. Mark's kind of got something, but it says Jaybone's news. Jaybone, you have to say something to validate this title. Anyway, take it away, both of you.
It's my jingle, damn it.
Searching for my fake wrestling news.
I like the run-in, Jaybone. Very nice. What do you got, Mark?
Okay. Hold on. I'm trying.
See what happens. First time we're giving him news, he's struggling, Bill. Look at it.
What are you talking
about?
No
ice, man.
I did the news twice in 1 week when everybody was off gallivanting around, seeing wrestling shows all over the place, getting shots,
that's
moving into new fancy houses and whatever.
Not at everybody.
We had to get the scoops.
That's true. That's a shot at Alicia and Bill. That's
not me. Oh, okay. I have one more, but it was on the show tonight, so I'll. Why am I getting shit, Jaybone? This is your news segment. Fucking news, Jaybone.
Hey, welcome to my world, brother.
You're gonna do the news.
If somebody could give us the news.
I only had 12 seconds to prepare.
All right, what do you got, Mark?
All right.
No, that's it, man. That's all I had was that one match.
I'm so glad I'm off tomorrow. I don't gotta work.
I have a really early meeting tomorrow.
Well, Mark, you're not going to make that meeting, but let's I know there are a couple of sales at Shop Impact going on right now too, so check that out, guys. It's a buy 3 get a 4th DVD free. A couple more T-shirts drops, so check out Shop. The Micro Brawlers, which I think Bill might have ordered all of them already. Here we go. Here's your match announcement. What do we got here, Mark? Who's in the match here?
That was it. Oh, it's Kenny and the Good Brothers versus Eddie Edwards and the Impact World Tag Team Champions. Finjuice.
That's not this one. All right.
It's too small on my screen. Sorry. Hey, man, I'm also reading. Look, motherfuckers, nobody told me I was doing the news. All right?
Pathetic.
You know what? Kiss my ass. Oh, somebody else read the news.
All right, go ahead, Jaybone. Take your segment back here, please.
All right, so we have 2. Actually, no, we have 3. Now we have 3 officially announced that we saw. Thanks to some folks in the chat that shared some tweets with us on the DL. So 3 out of the 6 have been announced for this 6-way #1 contenders match at Under Siege. Dude, that title is so freaking cool.
The Steven Seagal fan in me is ecstatic about that. Okay, I'm a big Seagal nerd.
If we don't get some form of Steven Seagal in this, I mean, somebody at least has to show up with some slicked back hair and some shades and a toothpick or something. Jesus.
Sounds like a job for Bravo.
It sounds like a job for me. Ingrid, can I get the invite back? Huh? I promise not to take any photos with anybody. But if I can come in and just do a Seagal segment, maybe a little backstage, talk to the crew, work it in for me. You got some pull around there. I can ponytail this, but go ahead.
There's some news.
All right, so we got Matt Cardona, Dashing Chris Bay, and recently announced because of the run-in in the main event tonight, Sami Callihan is in this match too.
They make it official with Callihan, huh?
It is. It's
so they did go official. That's why it was my first thought because they hit him first.
That's what I was wondering if they made it official with Sami on tonight. I was confused about that.
I would have been shocked if they hadn't.
See? Not the hero you want, it's the hero you need. I am Impact.
I love it.
Here we go.
I love it.
Now we also got this one. This is I'm guessing this is the main event of the show here. Possibly. We'll see. But it feels like it is. We got the 3-on-3 here. We got the champ, the built collector, if you will, Kenny Omega, the Good Brothers versus Eddie Edwards and Finn Juice.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool. So 2 for Under Siege already announced. I do want to ask one thing. Ingrid might be able to clear this up like right now.
One more.
What do you got? What do you got? Oh, that's announced. Okay.
Yeah, that was announced during the show.
Tag team title. Well, the challenge was put out. It wasn't official.
Okay.
So now it's official. For Under Siege, we got the Knockouts tag team titles. The Fire and the Flavor defending. Oh, no, excuse me.
Challenging.
Yeah, my bad. Challenging Jordan Grace and new Knockout to the locker room, Rachel Ellering, for those titles.
Nice. Cool.
Hell
there you go. Taking shape, guys.
That'd be good.
Under Siege is taking shape. So get on that. Get your Impact Plus ready to go and watch that. Against all odds, it's announced for June. Is that a traditional pay-per-view or is it Plus? The Plus logo is not on the ad. I need to clarify that. I want to clarify because we've been confused about that.
I think it's a plus, bud.
You think it's a plus? But Under Siege had a plus. All right, we got a quick opening here. Merch opening. Go ahead, Bill. What do we got?
From
he did
Ingrid.
promise he's going to do that today. Ingrid packed this order apparently, huh?
Or it could be, I don't know if it was the Slammiversary order.
Okay.
What do we got? Slammiversary order. The got some peanuts in here, packing peanuts. Ooh, nice bubble wrap.
This is a very nice packing job. Okay.
Very nice, very nice. A little piece of tape. Scotch to be exact, I'm sure.
The descriptiveness for the audio listeners is amazing right here. Got a little piece of What do we got, Bill?
Look at that.
Oh, the
coach.
There you
Micro
go.
brawler of the coach.
Team Canada. Oh, I'm feeling it.
Look at that. Nice. Good job, Bill.
Iceman, Coach Demore, we're all about it. And good job by Ingrid and crew there. Very nice packaging.
Thank you very much. All right, cool guys. I think they're like nearly sold out, all of them. So
we missed a match, by the way.
We're gonna say I'm gonna do the BTI match. Oh no,
no. On
the Carl Anderson one is completely sold out. There are a few of the signed ones left for each. The only one that's signed and unsigned that's left is the coach.
The coach.
Gotcha. Mark, there's another match announced.
Yeah, there was another match announced for Under Siege as well. We have Willie Mack challenging W.Morrisey.
Oh, that's right.
That's official. This
is
shaping
really
up.
Yeah.
This is like become a half a card already in one night. That's awesome.
And three good matches too, not just three matches that have story and that we're pretty ready to go. But once again, and it's been a while since I've said this is Impact's strength, is always having everyone's story has multiple threads and they can all mix together at any time, which is why during the pandemic, Impact has excelled at storytelling, because they can always pivot in a different direction. This is how we can set these specials up so quickly. Not they.
Nice. Very cool. I want to address a comment in the chat real quick, and we kind of flow through, but we don't stop too many comments. But Adam Butt, Adam Butt is saying, the more butts. Adam Butt is saying, I would never watch Impact ever, but Kenny
Trent, you're breaking your rule. You're breaking your rule.
I know, but I had to address this just because.
Trent, you're breaking your rule, dude.
I had to address this one. I'm telling
Trent,
you.
You're breaking your rule.
All right, the hell with it. Take his comment off. Let's get on with the show.
You had a point there.
Adam Butt.
Huh? Brad, you had a point there.
Sorry, man. No, I was saying, welcome to watching the show. I was going to say, cool. I'm glad they got your rating for the last quarter hour.
The point is you watched it. So
yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Moving on.
Yes. All right, let's get going here.
All right.
The BTI tonight, we had Iceman. We got the full BTI experience out with Iceman, but the match tonight was James Storm versus Diener. Grand Storm with Chris Sabin. I just wrote James there. I should add a Storm to that little text right there. Let's make this official. It was James Storm versus Diener. But what I liked about this one, it was a good match. These two are awesome as always, but I like how it played in later in the show. So just kind of remember the result. Storm does beat Diener with a nice super kick, and it kind of fuels that Violent by Design anger, the loss. Eric Young referring to the fact that he also has lost to James. No shame there. So hold on to that result because it plays in a little bit later on what's going on with Violent by Design. They're definitely not out as a result of this couple losses here. So we're on to something with Violent by Design. But that was a good match. I don't have to say anything more to say about these two. There's nothing bad ever with these two are in the ring. So I liked it. And I love James Storm. Can we get James Storm in the Hall of Fame this year? I mean, is that a given at this point? Maybe
yeah.
I think that's got to happen at this point. I feel like James Storm's got to be the guy this year, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, let's kick off the show, though. The opening was awesome. The opening was super cool. I thought this was like the best way to start off a post-rebellion show. Was the entire locker room just pounded on Scott's door, basically, like, what's going on? We want a shot at Kenny. And he's like, I'm going to address everything. Don't worry about it. I'm going to handle it. But I liked it. It was like, there was no good guys or bad guys. It's like, we all want a shot at this guy. It's all united front. We all want to do something here. So they're all there. And he's like, I'll be out into the arena. So everybody go ahead out the arena and we'll see what's going on. But as they all walk away, Callis comes out. And he thanks to Moorhead. Thanks for taking care of all those ruffians there. Who did we lose, Alicia? Oh, he's like, thanks for taking care of all those ruffians out there. You know, we don't have time for that. And then he's like, can you get off your phone so I can talk to you for a second? And he's like, well, I'm just sending the champ the Zoom link for today. To which D'Amore tells him that's not the agreement. Me and Khan worked out. You got to be here. You're the champion now. That's it. No Zooms. You got to be in person. You have to the end of the night to be here. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If it's not, you're getting stripped of the title, and we're gonna move on to other plans if he doesn't show up. So that was interesting. And then Don gets on the phone. He's all like, you better get here, Trent. God damn it, this son of a bitch is really putting the heat on me, brother. And you got to get over here. So we're off to the races. And then the opening segment was cool. Mark, go ahead, set up this opening. I'm gonna let Mark. Well, we'll go in order.
What? Sorry, I'm really involved in the chat because of some stuff. Keep going, Trent. Sorry.
We got to log Mark in so he can chat with the chat. We keep saying this every week.
I am chatting with the chat.
You chat with the chat? Okay, good. Good. Bill, set up the opening segment here. What do we got in the ring here? He's one of the key. Fitting. You got the D'Amore action figure, got the Team Canada jersey. I'm going to let you take the opening segment here.
So the opening segment was you left it off where you're talking about everybody there.
Everybody's there. They're all going, yeah.
Which they also said on BTI was the whole thing in the Iceman's Intel tonight. He said there could be a riot. And it was close to a riot.
Nearly a riot.
Which I loved. I love the camera work here, where they're kind of above and showing what looks like the mass of the locker room, all knocking at the door, which is fantastic. They all want a shot at Kenny. Everybody wants a shot at Kenny.
I love that.
And I love that. So, yeah. So, obviously, Don obviously is happy with him doing it, but he's got to go find Kenny or the title's revoked, not only here, but on AEW.
Right.
Due to the Khan deal. So then he goes out to the ring. He tells the whole crew, go around the ring, and I'm going to make an announcement. Big announcement, which we heard the Iceman say would be a big announcement tonight. So he gets on the mic. He says, there's going to be Under Siege, the 6-man. There's going to be qualifying over the next 2 weeks. So 3 matches tonight, 3 matches next week. And the winners of those will go to that match. If Kenny doesn't show up, it will be for the title. If not, it'll be for the #1 contendership.
I love that. Right there.
And it goes right into it. You get Jake something versus the return of Chris Bay.
That was huge. Now I want to stop right here real quick. What was really cool was I love that he addressed both scenarios. Because either it's going to be for a contender or the champions. This guy loses it, whatever happens. He set up both the reality of it, right? Hey, if he doesn't show up, whoever's going to win the 6-man is winning the title. If he does show up, it's a contender thing. So it's like, cool. We got both paths set here. And I love that he called Jake in and he put Jake over huge.
He did.
I love that.
The first person in was going to get a rub, and it was Jake that got the rub.
It was awesome, man.
I texted Trent.
He texted me. Ingrid made fun of me on online. It was fine. I was a happy kid. Seeing my buddy Jake get put over was pretty cool.
I was hoping he was going to take a swinger. I admit.
That was a huge spot.
But Bay gets announced as the return. That was pretty cool too. Chris Bay is back in a big way, man. This match was fucking awesome, by the way.
Fucking awesome.
This match was really cool. Really
good matches tonight. Yeah. Just a good way to start it off.
Yeah, right off the back. Yeah, we got to say, this was an amazing episode. This episode was exactly what you want a post pay-per-view episode to be, because all the new eyes were watching tonight. Like Adam Button in the chat, he was saying, he's like, I don't watch it, but I had to tune in tonight. You had to. You can't miss this one. This was a big Fallout show, and proof is in the pudding right there, man. You had to see it, and no, but this was cool. Bay and Jake, I think, tore it up. Jaybone, you're a big fan of both. Thoughts on this?
Yeah, great match. I kind of knew what was going to happen, but still an amazing match nonetheless. Great return for Bay. So glad he's healthy.
Yeah, he looked good. What was the injury? Did we know what the injury was? Did he ever say what the injury was?
I don't think they ever said it, what the injury was. Yeah, I feel. He may have said it on one of his things at one point, but I feel like Impact never really addressed exactly what the injury was.
Never heard it.
He was basically out for what? One loop? Was it about one loop or tapings? Or maybe two?
Couple months.
It feels like,
Or two loops. Okay. But no, great stuff, man. I think the match really, really did a great job in selling the import. I love the crew being out there. That was a huge thing.
Yes.
Because
it felt like a crowd.
It did.
Well. It felt like people. It didn't feel like a fake crowd like down south.
But
it felt like wrestlers acting like wrestlers watching somebody else. They
weren't reacting. They were watching.
They were reacting. They're like arms folded.
But it was nice to have that presence in like the little looks and the storylines going on the sidelines, and it gave the match a huge feel. Like this was a massive spot for Jake, even in a loss. Obviously, the loss was setting up a storyline that we know from Trent's experience. These two guys are probably this is like their dream matchup on television. So it's good that they're getting exactly what they want to have as a feud with each other. But Jake comes out still looking real strong. Gets the first match to a returning Chris Bay after Rebellion. Like what a huge rub. Getting put into the tournament. Getting branched right off into a major feud storyline with a former champion. Really great opening segment. Talk about a way to get people interested immediately in the show, especially coming off the heels of the huge segment to start. A great first match.
I absolutely loved it. I think, the setup with Rohit there too. Awesome. Just an amazing setup right there. Like that's off the races. Bay does win, beats Jake, moves on. But then those two are off the races in their own feud. But you're right. Going back to the crowd, the wrestler aspect, this is what makes them brilliant. It wasn't like you said, Bill. There wasn't a fake crowd forced cheering anything.
Yeah, it wasn't an Austin Gunn special.
No, it was these guys who you're already out there because the announcement's going on. And those two guys in the ring are your competition. So you're not going to cheer them or anything. You don't give a shit what happens, really. You want to see who wins, so who you're going to face at some point. That's reality. That's a real reaction. I loved it, but you're right. It was nice having just human beings out there.
Well, it reminded me, and Ingrid says it here. Wish you guys would have heard all the comments muttering, and then Navro Heat was the one mainly. But it reminds me of Wrestle House, because one of the things we loved about that was hearing the little comments from Johnny Swinger and stuff at ringside. And that's the one thing with the crowd noise. You miss some of that because we were hearing that from time to time.
Right.
And it depends what you like about stuff, but I think we all do like that. Hearing the wrestlers' genuine reactions while these things are going on. It's gold.
It's been one of the cooler parts of the pandemic.
Yeah.
All the chatter.
Yeah, it is really cool. And I do enjoy it. But that was a really cool, really good match. Awesome result. I think we got a lot right away in segment one. We got set up for pay-per-views, matches, feuds. It's on its way. So good stuff, man. Really good stuff. We go right from that to where are we at here? Where are my notes? So we got so we do have the Under Siege announcement. Bay is qualified, first one in. Backstage, Don is on the phone with Kenny Omega, tells him take the private jet, brother. Air Force Omega is waiting for you. Jump on that. Air Force Con, I should say. Jump on that. Get over here. You'll be here in 30 minutes or less, which made me wonder where the hell was he? 30-minute flight. I don't know where he's flying in from.
Cocktail hour, brother.
Yeah, it's
Jacksonville and Nashville are not that far apart, man. On a private jet, probably 30 minutes. If you're already like right there on
if he's in Jacksonville,
say they were like at the hot tub at the hangar, already drinking, champagne and Oscar or whatever, smoking a big fat blunt, because Kenny's got to be a smoker for sure.
The hot tub at the hangar.
By the private jet. That's how they roll, dude.
Does RVD play a part in that hot tub?
The hot tub at the
Oh
hangar.
man, wait, we don't want to get banned. Let's chill with the RVD
No
talk.
RVD talk.
We don't want to get kicked off Twitch.
This is the good stuff.
Look at that big surprise! Oh, we let her
Hey, back. We're talking RVD.
Wait, we didn't call the t-shirt today. Alicia's t-shirt is it the Rosemary t-shirt? Rosemary today.
Love Rosemary.
Available at shopimpact.com.
Yes.
There it is.
And that's actually, that shirt is one I picked out when I won one of the VIP. It was bowling. It's when I won bowling in Vegas.
Nice.
I picked that. I picked out the Rosemary thing. I'm like, she's been here too long, and I had no merch of Rosemary.
Really?
What? Bill.
I have my buddy Bill, who you guys met, who popped down with us, hang out one time on the show. But different Bill, Guillermo, as he's known in the popular circles.
I used to be known that in a Spanish class.
He bought me that Rosemary voodoo doll t-shirt. Remember that one they put out a while ago?
Yeah.
I have that one, and I have the original Decade Tour shirt. That one's apparently a super rare shirt. They like the original Decade
It's a 3 Live Crew DVD of t-shirts.
It kind of is. And if you guys who missed Throwback, we talked about 3 Live Crew DVD is apparently a $300 collector's item on eBay right now. Mind-boggling. But which I have. So if ever rent's ever short, I can definitely throw that sucker on eBay and make a few bucks. So then after Don's done with Kenny, he tells he hangs up, and then Sami Callihan comes up and approaches him, and he says, you're gonna I'm coming for what's mine, the world championship. I haven't forgotten. And Mark, at this point, that you text me that you love that Sami's already in, like he's front and center for this whole thing.
Yes,
which is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that's, even though he's a solid heel, he's one of the faces of the company. When you think Impact Wrestling, he's the guy, like one of those guys carrying the flag. He deserves this spot. He's earned this spot. He's going to excel in this spot. Give me Sami. Like, they're not ready. I'm glad it's Sami. Whoever made this choice made the right choice. If that's where it's going, and it looks like he's at least going to be right in front.
Yeah. So Kenny's on the jet. Kenny and the Jets. This is great. Such a write-up.
That was terrible. That was so bad.
Look at this dumbass.
He's already threatening him, putting the threat out there, which I want, because Sami again did not get the full title experience. Okay, that's so I want. I am so on board with him being at front and center for this. So Sami is, and we found out later he's definitely in the match. So that's cool, man. That's super cool.
And he was talking to Omega like this before the pay-per-view. Couple weeks before the pay-per-view, he was getting in Omega's face, just talking to him about the whole Kenny situation.
And if I had to guess, it's got something to do with their real life relationship, because they're good friends in real life because they're on the same gaming team. Like, they game together, they're on the same squad and all that.
Do they really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so then they have for like 10 years or something. They've known each other for a long time. So that could be a logical reason that we're getting this matchup. I was very surprised, but very happy.
It's gonna be cool,
and,
man.
I like too. Can I give some more credit, even more credit, to Don Callis for how seriously he took this segment with Sami. He changed his demeanor from shit-eating grin Don that we've been getting to Executive Vice President Don Callis. I better get real serious.
Oh yeah,
I like that. I like that a lot.
I kill our brother. Gia Miller finds Taylor Wilde, who makes her return tonight. So Taylor Wilde is back, and she's being scouted as Tenniel's potential partner, because Tenniel wants a partner. Tenniel can't hang on to a friend, it seems like, except for Caleb. And Wilde, okay. Taylor does turn her down, saying, "I don't want to be your partner." But Tenniel,
she also doesn't know how to respond to a no.
Yeah, Tenniel is not having it. They're not taking a no for an answer. But Alicia, how awesome did Taylor Wilde look just right here? Not even the match yet.
So good. I was so fangirling. Like, just seeing her back is phenomenal.
Dude, it's so cool to see her back. She looks great, man. Not to mention we're about to get to the match, and that's a whole other level of like awesome that she pulled out tonight. So she blew me away tonight for sure. And I think no, it's not up yet. So next is the squash, but Sam Beale against W.Morrisey. Sam Beale had his own music today, though. How about that, huh?
Good for Sam Beale.
Sam Beale. Good for him.
I was expecting maybe a Palmer sighting, but
no.
Although after Rebellion, I was hoping it might be that redheaded Winker.
All right, we're putting it out there right now.
I said Winker.
We're putting it out there right now. Okay,
get him out here.
I watched the replay and I saw that son of a bitch winking at me in the camera, and I was like, what the hell is this shit, right? Because I didn't catch it the first time until you pointed it out, Bill, on the review. And you're like, the guy behind Scott is just eye fucking us in the camera. And then
I don't remember wording it like that, but
oh my God.
Well played, sir.
Well, the whole time. And then like the second time they come to Scott, he literally winks at all of us. And it's like, okay, I don't know if it's your girlfriend you're winking at or your mom, or whoever, the neighbor down the street, grandma, your doctor. I don't give a shit, right? But the fact is, this
a
is
very key moment of the show. Scott's reaction.
Exactly.
And we got the wink man.
I got a wink man over his shoulder looking at us and just kind of winking. Hey, how's it going there, baby? I'm getting my 15 seconds.
There we go. There we go, Ingrid. That's what I want to hear.
Boys smile.
That's
in the middle of the main event, in the biggest,
right
the biggest
over
main
Scott's
event.
shoulder.
Yeah.
Somebody video record this, because I couldn't, like, the second time when I watched it back after Bill mentioned it, I couldn't not see it.
We gotta send it to Ingrid.
Somebody said a thing.
We're snitching.
We are snitching because it really was like the idea was Scott's reaction, and you saw Red over here just kind of smirking and winking at us, like, "Hey, man, I don't know what you told your girlfriend, and I'm going to be on pay-per-view tonight, babe, and I'm going to
watch for my wink
when I wink at the camera. It's because I love you. Would you marry me or something? I don't know, whatever the code word was for that wink, but yeah, somebody give a thing. We're snitching on TNI.
What if he had
too
something
late saying he already got heat?
Don't defend him. I know his Jaybone's going to say it right now. Go ahead.
Look, I live in Wisconsin. I deal with allergies 24/7. Even when I'm sleeping, I wake up, I'm sneezing.
Skyway is a clean location.
What if it's allergies? It's that time of year. It's spring.
Jaybone. Come on, buddy.
Jaybone, for being that ever defending uncle in a sense.
Whose uncle is this? If the 80s don't come back and get their uncle for real.
You're like just defending this guy for no reason.
He's watching this guy way too much.
I'm firm, but I'm fair.
Yeah, seriously.
Is this the longest we've ever gone without a soundbite? An hour and 12 minutes in for our first soundbite.
We dropped. Look at this dumbass at me earlier. So.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
But just for fun, we can just play this.
Isn't Odark because he's also owes my money?
He was very excited at Rohit. He was all very excited at Rohit tripping Jake earlier in the show. He was like, "Yeah."
Oh, by the way, once in a while we talk about this. We don't review it much, but we talk about at least what's on after Impact. The Impact in 60 is a Shira episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
Maybe we'll see where that.
It's recording as we speak.
Interesting. That's awesome.
I'll see it at 2 a.m. tonight. Then after the third Impact replay.
I've been telling you guys ever since we're the tail end of Explosion when he was on several episodes in a row.
Mm-hmm.
I told you guys they're doing something with him. There you go.
He's a draw, as we know.
He's
looking world champion sometime next year.
Well, you need to slow down there.
I mean, he's looking like he's earning his spot.
It's his best run. I'm not going to take that away from him. It's his best run. I'm not going to be unfair about this.
That next taping in India when Sanjay comes back to the fold.
Hey, listen, who knows?
That'd be awesome.
We just watched Throwback, and it was Sanjay's debut.
I didn't watch Throwback.
You didn't watch Throwback. You couldn't get in. But you got in now. You are back on Plus.
Damn it, Mark.
Damn it, me.
Real quick, midpoint to the show, guys.
Am I laughing? I'm kidding.
Hold on.
I'll come through this screen, Jaybone.
Oh man.
Wait
a minute. This is a very fitting soundbite that needs to play right now. It is where is it? Oh man, where the hell is it? Bill, I think you know what I'm looking for here. Hang on. Oh, there it is. I got it.
Match time!
Fight it out, boys. Fight it out. I was gonna say something.
I'm gonna give you the Diener eye. The Diener eye, right there. Reach through here, and I'm gonna grab your sack and do what?
My what? My sack?
Jesus Christ, Jaybone.
I have the runs.
Anybody who's listening, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, a like. If you're watching on YouTube,
Why would they like this?
If you're watching on Twitch, give us a follow. Also on YouTube, give us a subscription. No, I've realized this. I have to remind people midway through the show.
It works.
Because it works. So thank you guys for following. Like, it's always the, oh shit, I should like this while I'm watching it.
Yeah.
So yes, please like it while you're watching it.
And shout out during the co-stream, a lot of subs given tonight.
A lot. Bill's your beard gave away a lot.
My beard is. I should have shaved it earlier and put it into the chat because it's been fantastic.
For those who don't know what we're talking about, there's a user named Bill's Beard TNI. Basically, when Bill shaved his beard, this beard showed up in the chat as Bill's beard. Yes, and it's an amazing handle. But Bill's beard was giving out subs like they were crackers, man. It was nuts today. So thank you very much for everybody who gave subs out on Twitch tonight.
And cheers on Twitch.
Big time. Thank you guys for that. We really appreciate it. All right, so Sam Beale and W.Morrisey. This is his Impact TV debut. It was a pay-per-view on Sunday, but television debut for W.Morrisey, the former big cast. And I mean, it was the guy is gigantic. Sam Beale's a pretty tall kid too, though, in his own right.
He's no slouch.
He's no slouch. He's a tall kid. But Morrissey grabs the mic before, says he's in this business. In this business, there's good guys and bad guys, but the difference between him and the other bad guys that I'll tell you to your face that I'm a bad guy. Well, others won't. I did like it. I gotta say though, I never watched him and Enzo up north. I never knew. I take it back. I did go to a Raw with Basil one time.
I love how you say I had to go to a Raw.
Well, no, I did. Well, I've been open up. Nigel McGuinness is a personal friend. He left me tickets to come say hello to him. So I went to Raw and I watched it. And I remember how over these two were. And I didn't get the context of it, the whole promo they did. I didn't know what was going on. But I went back and watched some clips. I can't believe how over these two guys were at one time. That's
huge.
That's bananas.
That was a long kind of monologue they would give, and the whole crowd knew it.
They knew the whole thing.
It was almost a Steiner Math length promo that the fans would mimic back.
They would recite that shit word for word.
It was pretty crazy. I was like, I never knew how huge these two were at one time. It's like, that's nuts. But he absolutely murdered poor Sam Beale tonight. So
I'll tell you 2 words, Trent.
Yeah, go ahead.
Flawless victory.
It really was. It was perfect for the movie that just came out, Mortal Kombat. That's anybody see it? You guys anybody watch it?
I loved it.
You loved it?
Loved it.
I
Get over here.
I don't even play the game. I love the movie. It was great.
Now, you know who took a lot of heat for that movie? His opinion of that movie? Our buddy Rohit. Got the heat out there.
What was it? Was he Rohit seek this one?
He wasn't a fan of it, and they went after him. The mob came for him.
What you wanted from it? It was a fan service film. Like it was the pop everybody that played it in the 90s.
Yeah.
Was it more along? How different was it than the original movie?
Different.
Well, the original movie kind of trash.
Kind of. It was a little more coherent storyline-wise, the original movies, but I don't know. I thought this one made up for it as far as including certain aspects that you wouldn't have got. It was fan service. Excessive low kicks.
Yeah.
Hey, but
the old sweep glitch.
But the soundtrack of the original is fire. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah, that's why I was offended. The soundtrack is amazing.
Oh well, yeah. Soundtrack, good. You said the movie.
I guess techno's just not in anymore, guys.
I put that on when we clean house sometimes, and my kids crack up because I'm getting down like Mortal Kombat soundtrack. Hell yeah.
Anyway,
taking my shirt off.
Oh boy, somebody play a soundbite for that one. I don't know. Here we go. I guess here's a shirt off soundbite.
I want my pizzles back.
That was appropriate, oddly enough.
We go to a promo backstage. Kimberly is there. She's going to take on Taylor Wilde, and Deanna's there along with Susan. And Deanna's like, I'm gonna watch from the back. I'm gonna chill. I did my job the other day. I'm gonna chill. And she's like, I'm gonna sit back. And she's like, I've beaten everybody around here, And I think Gia asked her, do you have any kind of tricks up your sleeve for this? And she's offended. She goes, I've beaten everybody fair. I don't need tricks. So they kind of, she kind of gets a little hot with Gia about that. But then as she's walking away, goes to turn around and Havoc just stares her down, basically saying you haven't beaten me yet, which I like.
Oh yeah.
So Jess is back in the mix, baby. I like this.
She's ready.
This I'm sure Alicia was happy about. I immediately thought of you, Alicia. I was like, yes, here we go.
I did too.
Yeah.
Huge pop.
I gotta say though, actually before we get to that, I'll wait till we get to the women's match. But I think it was another backstage segment here, and Gia Miller, was she with Morrisey here? No, she was Willie Mack.
Mm-hmm.
With Willie Mack, and she noticed how Morrisey focused a lot on Willie. Like she's like, "Why do you think he focused on you? What do you think about that?" And he's like, "I don't get what his problem is." I think he said, "I don't give a damn what his goddamn problem is. I'll whoop his ass either way, whatever."
Willie Mack promos.
Oh, it's Willie's promos to me are so authentic. That's how people would talk. Like, I don't give a fuck about this guy at all. Fuck you. I'll take his ass out. And I'm like, I don't think you need to like coach him on what to say here. He's just like, hey man, this guy doesn't like you. You don't like him. You're gonna have a match. What
exactly.
Are you gonna say?
Yeah,
You know?
I'm pissed. I'm gonna whoop your ass. Plain and simple. It's beautiful.
I think the appeal of Willie is that he's so authentic, and he told Jaybone to glue booty hair on his booty. You got hair.
Had hair on your booty cheeks.
You got hair on your booty cheeks.
You got hair on your booty cheeks.
Can we put that soundbite in here?
I already clipped it and sent it around. Like,
we'll put it in here. We'll put it in
ago.
If you guys haven't,
you don't really have to. I mean, it's
no, we absolutely have to because Willie's
it's legendary.
It is legendary.
Chat, can I just do a quick informal poll? Is that our most famous soundbite ever, Willie Mack's booty cheek hair? Or is there something else?
I chuckle every time I hear it.
Oh, me too. I do too. It's got to be that one.
But it's about my booty.
Actually, really, a good one is when Russo was on the Jaybone. Jaybone. What's with the bandanas? That was a good one too.
That is a classic to me.
That's pretty classic.
I'm a fan of that one. Go ahead and play that one. Somebody got that one. Billy got.
Which one's Jay?
No, the one with the Russo. I want to remind people of the Russo. Here, I got it right here. Let me play this here. I got it right here.
Bro, Jaybone, listen to me. Man to man. Bro, you got the Brian Alvarez thing going on. What's going on over there with the headphones, bro? What's going on there with the thing? Jaybone, talk to me.
I love Kyle's right in the middle.
Kyle sighing and me just going, oh, jeez.
That cracked me up.
Kyle, don't play sound bites over me.
That was a good one too.
That was a good one. That was a real good one too. So Willie, as we found out now, Willie and Morrisey.
I guess I got to put one on now.
There you go. Willie and Morrisey officially Under Siege. All right, Taylor Wilde with their return match, taking on Kimberly with Susan. Basically, I noticed that's like if they need a solid knockouts match for any of the knockouts come in, it's like, you know who can get a great match with anybody is Kimberly. We've been saying this for like a year now, how she is the go-to knockout to like get a great match out of anybody. I love her. Alicia, I know you're a huge Kimberly fan.
I'm a huge fan. I'm excited. Plan on seeing her in June at the Boardwalk Buds event. Got
nice.
Matches lined up.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when do we know? I think, were they saying Taylor hasn't been in the ring in 10 years? Is that
10 years.
10 years.
Yeah, I don't believe
like
that. Yeah, I don't believe that. She looks so good.
I think she pulled a Shivani.
Really? Quit the business or whatever.
What?
Well, here.
Yeah, one night, and then I quit the business for 18 years.
Yeah, I mean,
she did more than one night, which is more than fat face of Shivani.
But like 10 years, you could not convince me she hasn't been in the ring in 10 years. She looked incredible. Like credit to Kim though too. Kim looked awesome in this too, by the way.
You couldn't pick a better partner to have a comeback match with.
Kimberly's new gear was super cute too.
Dude.
Yeah.
Kudos to the Elsa reference from Frozen.
Yeah. So this match or Armika from Street Fighter, like this was the gear match of the night. Both of these women look like absolute superstars. Like all gears should look this good on the weeklies. At pay-per-view, everybody shows up, but damn, this is on TV. These women look absolutely amazing. I loved this match too.
Thank you, Mark. Oh, you're talking about Kimberly. I thought you were talking about my bandana.
Well, you look amazing.
Is that your Bullet Club bandana for tonight?
His boner club? I mean, wait.
Oh.
What?
What's going on between you and my daughter?
Brother.
Why do you cut the brother out of
What you gonna do, brother?
Dude, we've like thrown in the towel. We're at an hour and a half, and we're like, fuck it, whatever. We're going.
We had Iceman
today.
on for almost 40 minutes.
I don't have to work tomorrow, so whatever, guys. Swing it.
Just swing it. No, an amazing match though. Taylor, welcome back, man. She looked so good. That sequence where she ended it with that deep arm drag, I was like, what the fuck did I just watch? Like, she killed it in this. Again, I'm not
that modified Indian Deathlock. Oh my gosh.
I'm not taking anyone from Kim though. Kim, you need two to tango, and I think Kim is perpetually the go-to knockout in this division.
Absolutely.
Unsung hero of the knockout.
She works so well with just everybody they put her against.
Yeah.
100%. I have not. She is the only one of the few, I should say, on that roster who I can honestly say has not had a bad match since she arrived. Every match, she is like solid.
You know what? On that note, do me a favor, everybody. Just go watch her early indie work, man. Just go and show some respect to the queen that is.
Well, the princess.
The crown jewel.
Crown jewel, yeah. She's awesome though, man. She I remember her having a match. Was it in Chikara when she won their title?
Yeah.
And she was bloody, like crimson mass, like just murdering everybody. Kim is, I swear, an unsung hero, like of wrestling. Like I'm so glad she's on a national platform now, but she did a lot of stuff before Impact too. And you'd understand why she's so good if you watch the early stuff. Like, she gets it. And I want her to get that shine. Like, knockouts, tag belts, her and Susan, I'm here for that, you know, and eventually a knockout title run because she earns it.
Kudos to Susan again in this match.
Amazing.
Outside the ring, like all of her, like her cheering and her, it was fantastic. The taking off the shoe and having her smell her shoe. Smell the shoe.
Shusen. We're calling Shusen for that one.
Who uses a shoe?
Shusen does.
Awesome. Oh my god, if that becomes character number 4.
I love it though. I absolutely love it. She's so good. I can't get over the one last week where like she had Tenille in like a headlock, and Caleb was taking a picture or something of Tenille or something that was going on, and Susan's like, "Are you kidding me? You can't take my picture. No, I'll take your picture." She like pulls out her phone and it was so fucking brilliant. I love Susan. One of the best. Absolutely.
I have the runs.
Not for this match. This match was great. Taylor does win her comeback. It was a great comeback for her. And it was submission, though. She goes to the submission finish now, though. Mm-hmm. Did she do that before? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
Maybe at times I have to go back, but it almost is leaning up, though, to the Deanna, who does all the submissions.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
So, okay. So can I build off of Bill's comment there?
Yeah.
I love, so in the segment before this, we had the knockouts, right? And you have the match set up, and then you introduce the element of Havoc. Havoc's kind of a tweener, right? We're not really sure what her status is, but Deanna's there. And then in this match, brilliant use of Tenille Dashwood. My God, Impact is using this character so well. She comes in at the end. She spotlights Susan to save Taylor Wilde. Taylor wants nothing to do with her still. But now you've really mixed it up, right? You've got potential tag storylines. You've got potential main event challengers from different directions. In a knockouts division that's undersized right now and very small, I think we counted 7 or 8 active members, now 9 with Taylor. You're going to have to get creative like this. I love this fucking booking. It's so strong. If you add 1 or 2 more knockouts, I think it's going to feel very full again, and that's just what we need for this division. I love this. They're using Tenille great.
Yeah, and I think it worked out even better that she is not champion. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, it's great.
I think it's totally fine. I think this is her. This is the role now. This is it.
Yes. I have slagged the shit out of Tenille more than anyone else in this company. She's doing great work right now. I love this.
It's all about her.
I think
it's not all about her.
I believe it a lot more now.
What were you saying, Alicia?
I believe it a lot more now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Full circle. She's doing a great job. She's killing it. Everybody is just killing it lately, and I love it.
Yeah, it's this. I mean, at this point in the show, it is like on all cylinders, man. Like, this show is flying right now. So backstage, Gia's with Scott D'Amore asked if he has any updates about Kenny. Is he on his way? He said, I haven't heard anything yet. But Moose comes in here and interrupts, kind of grabs Scott's collar. It's like, hey, just because we're on the same side now doesn't mean doesn't mean I don't have any beef with you anymore. You know, I'm still not your friend. And you know, I'm the only logical choice here. Oh, look at that. Interactive micro brawlers for this segment. I like it.
Yeah.
Bill, can you do the voices? Can you like hold like, you know, talk like Moose and like shake the
Scott,
finger like
it's good. I should be champion. Scott, why do I gotta go through this stupid tournament? Just give me the title shot.
Not more.
Oh, Scott. Oh, Moose. Why are you saying that?
What's happening? Bill, did you get into my gummies?
Please, don't hurt me. You're a wrestling god.
If you're not reenacting scenes from Impact with these, what's the point?
Wait, is this Impact Wrestling or is this reenacting that one scene from Spaceballs? No,
I'm surrounded by assholes.
How many assholes I got? No, that's great, Bill. That was money. If you guys aren't watching on video, you are missing out. That deserves a like and a sub and a thumbs up or whatever you can do. That was great.
We got to get a clip of that and just play it every now and then.
Oh, yeah.
That warmed my heart, Bill.
Bill, do you have a James Storm action figure by chance laying around that you could insert now? Because he walks in on Moose here, and he says, "You better watch your step." There we go.
Watch your step, Moose. You look like a two bag lunch kind of guy. So here's your 2 bags.
Sorry about your damn luck.
God, my cheeks hurt from smiling.
I can't believe
a break to smoke and come back.
The best thing is at the ready there was a Moose, a D'Amore, and a James Storm prop from
the magic prop void table.
BillsGimmickTable.com had it all right there. Awesome. Very cool. Moose and Storm next week in a qualifier for the Under Siege battle, and special guest referee Steven Seagal. So we'll see. That's awesome. That is very cool. I love that segment. Everybody go watch that back. Actually, sound off on that segment. What did you
Shout
guys
out
think
to
of that?
D-Back Cubs. Thank you for the bits.
Yes.
Thank you for the bit. That you got paid for that one.
Hype train.
Get the hype train going for that one.
We got paid for that. Show us what's up. We've never had a hype train on TNI ever because YouTube is the more active chat. So
we've had it on the co-stream.
Yeah,
the watch along,
not on the review.
Yeah. Watch along does do pretty good.
We're not as hype over here on the review.
The review is a YouTube show. It seems like YouTube.
Boy, Bill keeps reenacting stuff.
I
think we're onto something.
I know. I'm looking around like, what can I grab?
Bill, you're gonna have to get all the
I'm an Impact cat. Look at me on my hat. I'm from Impact. I love Impact Wrestling. Kenny Omega sucks.
I was thinking the Sandler thing. I'm
Mr. Pickle.
Hey, RK Shuttlesworth, thank you for the bits.
I was thinking the Sandler weekend update thing. I'm Guy with Bell, man. You want to ring my bell and I'll come showing up and get you? I'm Guy with Bell, man.
You just want to ring that bell.
I love my bell.
Anything for the bell.
I'm Satanic Goat Pillow.
If nobody catches that reference, it's an SNL skit with Adam Sandler, and it's like Adam Sandler's Halloween, like cheap Halloween costume ideas. He's like, "Ooh, I'm water bottle guy. If you're dehydrated, I'm gonna hydrate you. And if you don't give me some candy, give me some candy." that was the hook, right? But at the end, everything was "Give me some candy.
Give me some candy."
Bill's Beard, thank you for the bits.
Bill's Beard's the MVP tonight, man. Bill's Beard, how about this? Since you gave out a ton of subs and a ton of everything today, you get to pick the next soundbite. What soundbite do you want us to play? We'll play a soundbite for you tonight. At your request, any of them.
While we're waiting for that, I clipped it on Twitch and shared it on Twitter. The whole.
Did you really?
Amazing.
Just now? Oh, look at that.
Miracle working over here.
Hey, did you tag Moose and D'Amore? Please tell me you tagged Moose D'Amore and hashtag the Impact and
I couldn't tag. No, I just put Coach versus. You'll see it on Twitter.
All right.
Jaybone 5150, and then you can share it and whatever.
Retweet. Quote, tweet, tag them. They need to see that, guys. They need to see that right now. Josh Alexander. Josh Alexander in his first title defense for the X Division title. He's giving right away. It's the rematch to Ace Austin with Madman Fulton in his corner. Now, I got to say, I'm not a fan of the right away rematch. I get from a reality standpoint, Ace like, I don't want to wait. I want to go right into it. I prefer you. It's like it's one of those things where it's like he's like, I want to regroup for a week. I'm not gonna go right away because we just saw this like 4 days ago. You know what I mean? Like
whatever. I can watch this match every 4 days.
I know, but I mean, just let us breathe though. You know what I mean? Let the character breathe a little bit.
That's what I thought until the match.
Yeah. Same.
I'm with you. This match was unreal.
But before that, Bill's beard. This is for you.
Cocktail hour, brother.
There we go.
Wait, not that one.
No, what did he want? Did he pick that one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
That image, they're too close. They looked exactly the same from afar.
They do on our thing. He got two bites today. How about that? We'll do that. You cheer bits. How about you cheer any bits, and you get to pick a sound bite. How about that?
Go.
Anytime you cheer a bit, or sub, give out subs, you pick out sound bites or something like that. We'll do that. That's
all about the Twitchers there.
I think that's fair. I think that's a fun thing we could reciprocate right away with. We'll add new bites. We're gonna get some new bites in here too. So if you cheer bits, you sub, drop it in there, let us know you did it. You pick your sound bite. So we'll go from there. Good stuff. And Mark will verify if you did. He's on Twitch. He's got the Twitch window open. He'll know if you're bullshitting us about cheering bits. We'll know. So
that's right. I'm feisty tonight, so don't fuck around and find out.
That's right. He's fired up, man. This episode fired Mark up pretty nicely tonight.
This is a good episode, man. This was a great Impact tonight. God,
yes. So my only critique was let this breathe. I wouldn't mind Ace make Josh think about it for a week. Let the character breathe. Let us think about it for a week, and maybe next week cash in the shot. Because it's just, but the match was unreal. Like I said, I can't take it away. These two are it's like one of the matches of the year.
And Fulton was out there.
And Fulton was out there for this
one. But didn't get involved. Had no bearing on this match. Well, okay.
Tiny bit. Not
tiny
much.
Tiny bit.
A lot less than Fulton normally would.
Yeah.
True.
This match was amazing. God, this was pay-per-view level match, and they got good time. Super physical, right? Was it me or was Ace working Josh's style on the ground a lot?
It's been a bang-a-rama.
Oh, wait a minute. Sorry to interrupt you, Mark. Bill's beard just cheered another bit. He wants another one. He is already requesting a soundbite. We're gonna give it to him. Where's it at here? Oh, there it is. Here, I got it.
Jiminy Christmas.
It's all for the visual. That one's about the visual.
Thank you, Bill's beard. Thank you. Or Bill.
Mamma Mia, they're going for the hype train. Go Twitch chat.
Let's do it.
Oh, there is a hype train.
Look at this. Wow. They want the bites. Look. They want the bites,
Twitch
baby.
chat, baby.
I love it. Thank you, guys.
We gotta give you guys little morsels of things? Is that how we get these hype trains?
Yes.
All right, fine, if I must. Oh,
wait a minute. Keep it on.
Hey, settle down, RVD.
Hey, that shirt you're wearing, though, Mark, by the way, is now available at ProWrestlingTees.com/Nonstop IMPACT.
Fire.
That's a beautiful looking shirt, man.
It really is. The model's nice, too.
Is the fire.
Yeah. Very nice. So you guys can get that same shirt, the new TNI shirt designed by One of the Dead. It is available now, ProWrestlingTees.com.
I think it is also appropriate for me to seg in real quick and say highlight Critical Sting's comment because that is gospel right now.
Oh, here we go. There it is.
Yeah. Whenever you see an X Division match, for those of you on audio announced, drop everything you're doing and watch. The X Division right now is as good as it's been in a long time. This match,
is the X Division.
This match is reflective of every single X Division match we've seen this year. Since Genesis, it has just been fire.
Guarantee not only the pay-per-view one, but also this TV one ends up on the match of the year list that they do at the end of the year.
Yes.
They were both great. This was awesome. I think these two just have incredible I mean, as cheesy as the fight forever thing is, I can see these two fight forever kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like I can see this feud being a series of 10 matches and not get bored. They got it. They just have it. Ace Austin's 24 years old, by the way. Just mentioning that out there to you guys. If you like, go ahead.
What an old soul, man.
Man.
Yeah.
His experience in the ring, you would think he was so much older, man. But that just goes to show that if you're passionate I know we love this word in this business. If you're passionate enough, look at what you can accomplish.
That's it's very true. He's
an anonymous cheer. Thank you.
Awesome. Call out your bites, man. Call out your bites, whatever you want. We'll play them.
If you're cheering bits, put them in. Thank you, T-Bags.
Yes, whoever's cheered bits, call out your bites. We'll play them. Bill, can you take lead on the bites?
I will be biting.
All right, beautiful. He'll be putting the bites out. You guys just call it out. If you're cheering bits, we'll play the bites.
Give sub hype, man. If you're not in Twitch chat, you might want to run over to Twitch chat.
Twitch chat's on fire.
Everybody
today.
should have
is on fire.
Like it's great. The YouTubers, we love the YouTubers. We love the Twitchers. Get on both, man.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
It's
do the golf street action. It's like the 2-bag lunch.
First lunch and second lunch. There's a request, Bill. Play that one. There's a classic one up there.
Oh, I saw it. I saw it.
There it is. There it is. Play it. All where we got it? It's at the Contrary to people thinking that was 1979, it was 1999 when I took that picture. It's a different time. The 90s were wacky, I should say. Yeah, they were nuts.
I'd say they were a wiggity whack.
I was trying to. Yeah, they were. 93 was wiggity whack for sure. But 99, I was trying to find myself before going to college, and Afro seemed to be the right thing to do at the time. I don't know why. Mark, any reason why?
99? I don't know. So my best friend and I, he on a bet, he permed his hair and had an afro when we were in high school, when we were 17. And we went to the mall and had the same experience you did. And he got it and everybody was laughing. I was crying, laughing. I think I almost threw up at Visible Changes in the mall laughing. Beautiful time in the 90s. They were different.
There's a bunch of bit requests, and I'm sorry to cut you off, Mark, but they're going bananas in their bill. We might have to double team on these.
Oh my God, everyone's gonna get pissed off at me. Like, screw you guys.
They're
Hype
going hype train, guys. Thank you.
Twitch chat is fired up.
Bangarama. We got Bangarama. We got the Kenny Omega one. I guess the
Bangarama seems appropriate as hell, right?
Shit, man, this is nuts. This is nuts.
Yeah, they're loading up, man.
All right, 64. You guys are the shit tonight. Look at this. I'll play Bangarama. I got it right up here. I'll play Bangarama. Here we go.
It's been a Bangarama.
And then really somebody wanted the Kenny another shotgun. Want another shotgun tonight? I guess we can give him another shotgun. That's fine. We'll give the Kenny gun. This is getting nuts. Keep it going, guys. We'll give another. Here's another gun. Thank you all.
Zach Morris.
Man, this is horrible.
It's just flying, dude. Thank you. You guys rock. Thanks.
Oh, so play the Jimmy Jacob one.
Oh, is that requested too? Yeah. Jimmy Jacobs? Oh, Jimmy Jacobs.
Jimmy, there you go.
Meow, meow, meow. That's how I feel too.
Good old Jimmy
Jacobs. All right. Okay.
That's my house.
So anyways,
another wave will come soon, guys. Keep the train going.
Josh and Ace, right? Great match, super hard hitting. One thing to note, Ace does a swanton at one point. I think it was a swanton. Kind of misses, clips Josh's leg. Josh wisely switches to selling the leg immediately. Commentary jumps all over it and starts talking about the knee, how he clipped it, what it's going to do, how it's going to change. And then Ace starts working the knee afterwards, and commentary also covers that. Brilliant cover on that. Just the match was perfect, minus that one thing, but everyone responded so well that botch was nothing, completely erased. Beautiful.
Oh yeah, I mean it wasn't a botch. You know what was it? Was it a slip?
Well, I don't know if it was a full botch or just maybe he missed by a little bit. But point being, he didn't get the whole swanton, and every single person involved on the televised side of the match knew exactly what to do right away. Yeah, it was very, very professional.
True pros. True pros. One call out. Josh pulled out the old Chaos Theory finisher at one point, or move, and the Impact Twitter called it out as the a la Doug Williams, former X Division champion. So I'm like, look at that, throwing Doug Williams. Isn't he coming out of retirement, Bill?
I heard that he was. I heard that he was. I don't know if he's done it yet. But he did say he was coming back, and I guess the thing was he was supposed to go back to ROH. Like he was supposed to go to ROH when he was coming back, like pre-pandemic. I think it was the Vegas show. So I don't know if that's where he's going or not. But hey, I've always been a Doug Williams fan.
He's great. He's great.
The best part of
for reals.
He's great. I had to get that one. We had a request.
Oh yeah. Although I did like the freak Rob Terry from the Menagerie as well. But
the Menagerie, yeah, he was Rob Terry. He was a freak. He was not. I mean, look, he wasn't supposed to be a technical wizard, but he looked like $1 million, man. Rob Terry looked great.
Rob Terry, Doug Williams. I forget who the other guy was, but
it was what's his name? Nux.
No,
right?
in the British Invasion.
Oh, the British Invasion. Oh, I'm talking to Menagerie. It was. Oh yeah, that guy. And I'm like, what? Well, Nigel was in it for a hot second. They were doing a little something. Remember that? Like when they were kind of just starting it off. Like Desmond Wolfe
he wasn't one of very briefly,
but. And then he left. And then it was. I remember they. I remember how they addressed his leaving was like he went to go chase Chelsea overseas or something. Like she ran off. He went to go chase her or something. But no, little
Chelsea.
Remember Chelsea? She never showed up.
Chelsea
never showed up.
She was just like a local model, right?
I think so because I don't think she ever went anywhere else in wrestling. So I don't know. So hey, she was good for the time. I think she had one spot. The one spot I remember for was like the loaded purse. That was her thing, right? She used to put like the brick in her purse, and he'd always use it. All right, so Josh Alexander, still your X Division champion. Backstage, Don Callis on the phone with Kenny. He tells me he's on Air Force Con. He's on his way. And then Swinger and Hernandez show up. And he's like, hey, man, look, I can't pay you. What can I do? And can I get out of this somehow? And he's like, you owe me a lot of money, goddammit. You're not going to get out of this. And then I don't know how they came up with it. They roundabout were like, well, actually, there's something you can do. Do you have a car? Or you have some young boy who can go pick up Kenny at the airport, I guess is what it was. And then they alluded to Bravo, right? Basically, like they were kind of hinting that it was going to be Bravo doing the
Dino.
Dino, yeah.
Dino!
Who shot Bravo?
So they were hinting that it was Dino. But so yeah, that's a way to. I guess was he letting him off the hook for the $20,000?
He said if he got him here in time. I don't know if it was a full. He gave the idea we could be square after taking care of this. So that's a hell of a car ride.
That sounds to me like fake wrestling news.
Longing for that fake wrestling news. Don't believe anything that you read on the internet.
Bill's beer with 100 bits. Thank you. I'd play that. That was his request. He's going bananas in there today.
That's Swinger's Palace, Rich.
Yeah, it is. It is. Thank you, Bill. Bill's beer. Thanks your beer.
He's got that Twitch scrizzatch.
I wonder if Bill, like after the show's over, puts the beard back on. Like we had a good night tonight, pal. Good stuff. Hey, you did okay there. Now give me your debit card. Now you went a little crazy.
Did okay, kid. You did okay.
You did all right, kids. Now put the debit card back in the wall. Just like puts it back on. Another one now. So another backstage section real quick. Jordan Grace and Rachel Ellering talking backstage about the title win, and Fire and Flava come in, interrupt them, say it was a fluke basically, and they challenge him again to a rematch, and the rematch is at Under Siege. So that's set up for Under Siege. Oh yeah, really cool. I mean, we're getting some knockouts title matches here now, tag team title matches, which is what we wanted. So that's coming our way now. Thank you. Now another qualifying match. Again, a little too soon for me to happen right away because that's two now from Rebellion. But go ahead, Mark. Now let me set up real quick. Myers and Cardona for a qualifier. But go ahead, Mark.
Just one thing that I liked about this is I was unsure of Cardona's status, and so it was nice to see him on TV right away and to at least know we've got him for another set of tapings. So that's kind of how I looked at it for this one.
Is he still not officially signed, or what's the status you're referring to here?
I don't believe it's been publicly stated he's officially signed.
Yeah, it could be like Brian Myers who said, "Oh, I was signed months ago."
No, that's true. Could be. But my point is, I was unsure if he was going to come back because he is not signed. So, big pay-per-view, just kind of the natural order of things. He could have gone to do something else, but I was happy to get this match tonight.
I gotta go back to take one quick step back. Mir did point it out. I love how They referred to Fire Flavor as Cardi B and Cardi C. I thought that was a nice little call out. But no, back to this. The match was, these two have great chemistry. Obviously, they go back so on, but it felt a little too soon. Why not do this one next week? Because there's 3 more matches next week of this whole thing. So why not do this qualifier? Because then you get a little breathing room from the pay-per-view we just saw. We just saw it happen with these guys. So that was my only gripe was, again, let it breathe, especially when you've already let us know it's 3 this week, 3 next week. But I mean,
short blow off.
It was for sure.
Because it's not going to have that payoff real soon. So they want to get out of the way before they can push it, kick the can down the road until maybe a Slammiversary, where maybe you have a gimmick match to settle the score.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, so Cardona wins, going to Under Siege. It wasn't a long match though. Like I said, then we just saw them. They just did their thing, so it's so it wasn't meant to be a long one.
1-1 now.
1-1 now, yeah, that's true. Now the rubber match, I guess. So Cardona is in the Under Siege match. Again, he looked good. Radio silence for the win. Got that in there. What else? So at this point in the game, it's
extra virgin olive oil.
At this point in the game, it's Cardona and Bay in the match Under Siege. All right, Violent by Design backstage. I love their backstage segments. Those are really cool. They discuss the word disappointment, and he talks about, so this is the tie back from BTI now. So Eric talks about how he lost to Storm, Diener lost to Storm, but they're moving forward, looking towards the future. And he says that next week Rhino is going to be in a qualifier for the Under Siege tournament. So they still got some skin in the game on this. They're not totally out. And I think it's against Saban, right? It's been announced against Saban, Rhino and Saban.
Yes.
Yeah. So classic TNA match. Go ahead,
Does
Mark.
that use Rhino's trophy yet? Because he was holding it. I would hope not.
No,
Right?
it doesn't.
No.
Okay.
Trophy's still valid. Trophy's still sticking around.
Then I have one further step question, not to disrespect Rhino, because I'm a huge Rhino fan for the entire time he's been around. But why not put Doring in this match instead of Rhino, right? Like to kind of give Doring that spot. Right? We haven't seen it. I know he's part of a faction, but I'm just getting kind of anxious with Doring. Like I want to see him like really break out.
Look out for tag team action.
Yeah.
You think that's what they're going to do with him?
I think so. I mean, we got a little spoiled. We saw that match he had against Shogun on Explosion a couple months ago.
I want more of that.
It was so good. I was like, man, we just want to see this guy maul people. But
exactly
in the Violent by Design setup, though, he's good where he's at. He's in the multis as the muscle.
Yeah, let's not forget
War Machine Rhino
with the frizzed hair and his eyes in that segment. He's like he's a whole nother animal right now, Rhino.
Yeah,
he is. He looks different. I mean, all he's doing is not wetting his hair down before the match, and he looks so different to me. But
my question, sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
So Morrissey isn't with Violent by Design. He just okay. That's interesting that they would let someone come and go like that.
Yeah, they addressed that, right? Like that came up tonight.
Did they?
I think?
Okay, I might have missed it.
I think they did. I thought I heard them like he was just a hired gun for the night.
Okay.
Which I guess
that's gonna be his shtick.
He's just a hired gun, like a hired killer.
That's Hernandez's shtick, though.
I would have assumed they would have had Joe Doring do it.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. I was kind of shocked. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, just wondering.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think they addressed it though. I thought they did.
Because I noticed he wasn't in the promo with them, and then I saw him.
They honestly might have addressed it during BTI.
That might have been it.
I did not see BTI, so
I didn't either.
Well, Eric Young kind of said that in the promo before the match on the pay-per-view.
Yeah, he kind of said, "Well, this is your tryout."
Okay.
Yeah,
and they were looking at him backstage, and everybody was looking up.
Wait, tryout though. Tryout would assume that if he won, I'm looking to it.
But then he just stood in the ring. Remember, he was
Sorry.
solo. I guess he had to be the Violent by Design.
I'm trying to read two between the lines.
Well,
when
he
there
said,
just might not be
"There's a lot of
there.
bad guys in the back."
It's just me looking through. the lines,
Maybe Violent by Design are those bad guys.
I don't know. Yeah, I think we're all confused on that.
Sadly, understood about half of that.
We're all over the place.
I just thought I missed something. That's all.
Yeah,
it makes sense now.
I think you're right though. It was a little open because we're assuming he's with them, but then he's not, and then like he's not even near them at all. Like it wasn't even like a moment with him to be like, hey, all right, thanks, you did a good job. We'll call you if we ever need you again, kind of thing. You know, I don't know. But
if Morrisey becomes a guy that just beats up like the security ring crew guys every week,
start with the winker.
Like my personal favorite wrestler of all time,
Paging Ingrid.
Start with the winker. Somebody's letting her know who that is, by the way, because she's not.
Yeah, we don't know who the winker is.
So clip that and show her.
He looks like he's supposed to be security, though, right?
Supposed to be. Too busy playing flirt, on camera. But we get
when you're on camera, we will call you out on it.
That's that damn right.
Especially at a moment like that.
Yeah.
That was a big moment, man. You don't do that.
Big moment.
You don't do that shit. And you can't teach that.
Speaking of big moments.
Yes.
After this vignette, we get a really big surprise in the form of a video package.
I was just gonna go. Yeah, set it up, Mark. Go ahead. I don't know anything about this guy at all.
So we get the New Japan Pro Wrestling logo again, like we did with VidJuice first. Got their video package, and then we get a lot of ring footage, some real, fancy, flashy, well-produced stuff. We are getting El Phantasmo is coming to Impact next week. Like we don't have to wait for it. We don't have to wait for a pay-per-view. Next week. Like this is what happened with VidJuice. If this is how New Japan does business, I like it. Hey, here's a video package. Here's your wrestlers. Like, let's go. Bring on El Phantasmo. Dude, give me him and Ace Austin.
Do you guys mind if I share that video real quick on here, just so we can review it? I want to get some thoughts. I don't know anything about this guy whatsoever.
Back-to-back Super J Cup winner.
Yeah, so let's
only one in history, right?
Let me share this video here so anybody who missed it can see who we're talking about. So here's the video.
Oh, I wish.
There's kind of that similar look.
White. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like Jay White, Chase Owen, like they all have that Bullet Club look to them.
That's this kid's season looks good. I don't know.
El Phantasmo did a Warrior show out near you a couple years ago. Trent.
Oh, really?
He has done a show. I forget.
Oh, okay.
I want to say it was him and somebody else against the Rascals, if I remember correctly. But it was a while ago, a couple years ago.
I went to that there was a 3-on-3. It was like Osprey.
No, that was
Red
Osprey. Yeah, that was
against the Rascal. I thought the third guy was there, but yeah, he was here, huh? I don't know. I must not have been at that one, or if I was.
If I remember correctly, I'd have to look it up to be sure.
Interesting. Did not know that, but anybody in the chat can sound off. Like what's the deal with El Phantasmo? I mean, should we?
He has badass gear and lights and LEDs.
His look is cool. I mean, his music and headbang.
I mean, his normal entrance and stuff. He's got a very great look. I mean, he's great in ring. He works, strong, high flying style. I mean, I like the pace that the New Japan thing is moving at. Like,
this is real interesting. Yeah.
It's fast. They're like, here, this is what you're going to get. And then we get it. Maybe it's because we've been slow played for so long with the AEW, this stuff, that the instant satisfaction and the instant story building of the New Japan angles are really kind of, I don't know, satisfying something for me. I'm excited.
I mean, Alicia said it from the beginning, like the New Japan stuff is way better set up than the AEW thing almost. And that it almost has like a more subtle and better built way to do things.
Yeah.
Because once things open up over there, it's only a matter of time before our guys are going over there too. Like I'm going to be damn certain that if Josh Alexander's still the X Division champion by the summer and Japan opens, you're going to get Josh in the Tokyo Dome or something. You know what I mean? Like he's doing Kirk and Hall, one of those shows. Like you're going to send a guy like Josh over, things like that. So this is off to a good start for me. I like it. I'm all for the New Japan thing. All right, main event, guys. Sami Callihan versus Eddie Edwards. This is the Under Siege qualifiers. This is number 3 of the night. And these two have had probably one of the best feuds. This is the Raven Dreamer of Impact, basically. Great stuff. The chemistry is always there with these two. So there's like zero doubt this is going to be a solid match. Loved it. Back and forth. Hit all the good moves. I was a little confused at the end, though, because it was a DQ thing. Because Kenny does show up. He makes it in. Good Brothers and Kenny run in, attack They attacked both of them, I believe.
They attacked Sami first.
Okay, so that's the DQ right there. That's how...
So I guess that was the instant. But then they do attack Eddie as well. But I guess it was Rang, and then, but I forget. It was because I know Daniel's in the chat. I'm not sure if he had that or Hebner had that match.
Hebner's got it. I'm looking at the photo.
Did Hebner have that one? Okay.
Hebner's in there.
I'm assuming that was the quick DQ, but then there was the beat down on both of them. So then you get the main event.
Daniel can actually. I mean, from an official's point of view, yeah. I mean, he technically did hit. They hit Sami first, so that is the Eddie DQ right there. That's the. It was so fast though. It's hard to. If you missed it, you didn't see it.
Well, no, I just rewatched it.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
And,
we're caught up to the replay.
And so basically, Sami has Eddie set up for a pile driver, and Anderson, the little one, comes in and forearms him from behind.
The 2012 G1 finalist.
I don't know
that. Machine Gun Carl Anderson.
Anyway.
Anderson.
Yeah, so Anderson hits him with the forearm from behind and knocks him over. And then they immediately jump right on Eddie while Kenny corners Sami until they're done with Eddie, and then they go after Sami.
What's funny, though, is last night on AEW, you guys want the AEW report. Here it comes. They were all in. There's not much to report.
Yeah, not much.
But there was this. So there was a limo segment right at the within the first 20 minutes of the show ish. Start ish of the show right after the first match. And Callis is in there with the Good Brothers, Kenny, and the Young Bucks. And Don Callis mentions that Omega is the new Impact and AEW World Champion. Here's the thing, though, and I talked about this over on Smash This Podcast, cheap plug.
Jaybone, you say the cheap plug thing every week. This is expensive stuff.
What a scumbag!
This is prime time podcast hour. You know what I'm saying? Cocktail hour, brother.
Yeah.
The amount of cheers and bits. This is, you don't have to say, Jaybone, you're part of the show. You don't have to say cheap plug anymore. You could just say plug. It's not cheap.
Okay.
Plug.
Well, it's okay.
I threw him off. He's all off.
So,
he's discombobulated now. Poor guy. Give him a cocktail.
Which one's Jay?
There he is. Okay, you got your second. Regroup.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
So what's funny though, so Callis talks about Omega being, holding both belts. The awkward part of the whole thing is Carl Anderson is sitting in the middle of everyone. You see his naked, top of his legs. Carl Anderson does not have pants on in this segment.
Nope.
It's not revealed why. All we know is that he's half naked. It's hilarious.
It's Bullet Club Elite stuff. Who knows why Carl Anderson, 2012 G1 finalist, doesn't have any pants on?
Did they? So you mean to tell me on AEW they didn't? Did he not have the Impact title?
They showed a graphic to open the show with him with the belts.
Here's the thing.
It was a tape show. They didn't do much. They did the bare minimum.
Yeah, they mentioned it, which was fine. But here's the thing. They didn't show Omega with the AEW title either in any segment of the show either.
Yeah, it's like they didn't have any of the belts with him at all. He had no AAA title, no Impact belts, no AEW belt, nothing.
So no, that said, he did not run out with it today either. Go ahead, sorry, Jay.
So that kind of evens out the whole, but he showed up with the AEW title. Where was the Impact? No. He didn't have any of the titles in any of the segments he was in. So there's that, but they did show the graphic, and Don did say it in the limo. So at least, okay. So we got more than I thought they were going to do. So,
which was absolutely nothing, I guess.
Honestly, I hope they. Honestly, I don't feel like I'm not in a rush for it anymore because, to be fair, I'm a Kenny Omega fan and I'm an Impact fan. So having him in Impact and watching Impact handle him better as our champion than they are as their champion actually makes me kind of proud. I don't really want it to be too mixed up yet. I want to watch Kenny and Impact. I like this. I like that they're telling their own story because we know that Impact tells the best stories. Let Impact tell a story with Kenny. I'm totally fine with this. I like it a lot. leave it separated. I don't want it to get messed up. It's working really well now.
Yeah.
The pace has come to a good level. We're starting to get just enough story beats, and now the New Japan thing is starting to pick up. And I mean, I think we're just about to fucking hit it to Slammiversary.
Hey, and don't forget the very first episode of Iceman Intel on TNI.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a third.
Oh,
there he dropped.
Right.
Iceman dropped some bombs, man. On this, he's in fear for like the blowback on how much he gave back here. But Iceman let us have it, man.
He did. Well, and that's got to be why they're really coalescing around the core guys. Like, so we've seen Eddie and Sami wrestle a lot since Hard to Kill, right? We've seen them in barbed wire matches, like Last Man Standing. We've seen them do everything. And this story, every time they go back and they tell you a little bit more. We've seen the bat shot circulated across social media. This feud is being built, and it's made to be known that this is our Raven Dreamer. It's happened at pay-per-views, it's happened at specials, and now it's happened on TV. So if you've interacted with this product by happenstance for the first time in the last 4 months, you know who the two core guys are. You know that it's Sami and Eddie. So when shit hits the fan and the jumpsuits come out and everybody's wearing a tracksuit every week, I think that's gonna be emphasis placed on this. Look, this is so important that the mortal enemies, one who blinded the other and destroyed his career almost, have come together for the sake of Impact Wrestling. I think that's the long game with Sam. I think that's why we're seeing it so much.
Okay, we lost you a little bit there. Yeah, a little bit. Your connection.
And kudos to the opening segment where I think there was at least 10 in tracksuits. So that's kind of like the Team Impact rallying together.
Love it.
Yeah.
Bill is just waiting for the next person to who leaves Impact and puts the tracksuit up.
It would be sad. It would almost be like the Super Bowl ring being hawked at a pawn shop. Like you would like to think they keep it, but that's probably not wrestling.
Yeah.
But yeah, if there is I don't know. It's almost like a Ribera jacket. Like you can't buy a Ribera jacket. You have to be given one. I think the tracksuit, I even if it was out there, I might not do it because it wouldn't be real.
It's true. I almost bought a Ribera jacket on eBay once. I almost did. I went to this phase. I'm going to get a Ribera jacket, man. Wear that stupid. I'm like, what the hell? What am I doing? Like, what am I doing? I was bidding on it with this guy. I was up to like $90, and I was like, what am I doing with my life right now? I'm bidding on a steakhouse jacket from Japan. So I can wear it to some indie show and have the one mark at the indie show go, dude, nice jacket. And I'm like, yeah. Check this. I look like Road Warrior Animal in the 1986 in Japan right now. I had Zuba's pants though. In the 80s I did rock the Zuba's pants. I had those for sure. There was a huge billboard by my house where I grew up of the Legion of Doom on a billboard advertising Zuba's pants, and I'm like, I gotta have those, Mom. I don't care what it takes. We went over to a store called Venture back in the day. Any Midwesterners remember Venture? Went to Venture, got me a pair of Zuba's pants. It's great. Wish I still have.
Good for you.
Thank you very much. Great placement. But anyway, Kenny Kenny did not come into play in this one. Eddie loses as a result of DQ. Sami in the match. He's there. Kenny does come out with the Good Brothers, makes the attack, and then they basically walk off. They walk off after the attack. He made it for the show, so he's not getting stripped of the title, fulfilled the obligation. He's in, and the Good Brothers and Kenny Omega walk off, and that is it. So Sami is number 3 out of the 6 for the Under Siege qualifier. So that's it.
Looking strong.
Strong show. This show was awesome. This show was very, very strong. I think they did a great job. They knew they had the eyes on this one. AEW fans are watching.
They delivered.
New people who may not have tuned in, for a while are watching this one just to see what happens. And you not only gave them what they wanted with the Kenny, you got your Kenny at the end, but you got amazing Impact talents. Like, oh yeah, we'll get you to Kenny, but check out Josh and Ace. Look at these two guys.
This was putting their product ahead of everything else tonight.
Look at our women. Look at Taylor and Kim.
They even Myers Cardona. Hey, here's some guys you may know.
That's right.
Also here, they ran out a bit of everything tonight.
I think this is stronger than the last 2 weeks. Our one of our complaints was the last couple weeks weren't as strong as they needed to be for go home shows. This for a post show, out of the park. Hit it out of the park. So guys in the chat, give us your thoughts. Give us your summary on the show. What'd you think? Did you like it? What's your final thought on the show? And then do us a favor, as this will get posted, keep the convo going. I know we're live, so you get all your comments out here, but it's a great place to keep the show convo going in the comments on the YouTube site. So any other thoughts you didn't get out tonight, put them in YouTube, because there are people who watch later and they comment. So definitely interact with those guys, because there's a lot of people who don't get to watch live who want to keep talking about the show. So if you want to keep the conversation about this show going, jump in the YouTube during the week and just shoot back and forth with the comments. We used to be a tape show, so that's how a lot of our interaction used to be back in the old days. So now we're being live, everybody gets their thoughts out right away. But no, keep it going. There's a lot of people in there who want to talk, so make some new friends. Jump in YouTube after. After
also do it on Twitter. Like, there's obviously the different tweets that the show went out. Yeah, make comments in there, and obviously you can always jump in the Discord too. Keep the conversation going.
We got a lot of places to keep you guys talking, but the best ones, Twitter is a great one because it's very direct, because you can tag the talent in there too and the company. But YouTube is great, so if you're watching the review and you want to recap the show, interact with the folks in there too. It's a lot of fun. But that's it, right, guys? Anything else?
Oh, no, fucking great show.
Yeah.
Kudos to Impact. Awesome show.
Big thank you to George. Yes. Big thank you to Iceman again for being an incredible guest tonight. That was awesome.
Absolutely.
If you missed Iceman today, I'm telling you, go back and watch. And actually, even if you already watch it again and really pick up. He dropped a lot of news tonight. Yeah. So you got like 3 weeks of intel plus some shit you weren't supposed to hear tonight. So go in there, check out what Iceman had to say, and let the speculation begin, guys. So big thank you to him for coming on, and give him a follow at I am George Iceman over on Twitter. Let's get our plugs in here, guys. Let's get out of it. Let's let these people go. Alicia, where can people follow you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram under the handle Alicia BKQ.
Very nice. Very nice. Both same Twitter and Instagram, guys. What do you got? Jaybone. We'll get Jaybone later. You got more plugs. Bill. Well, you got more. You got more than everybody else. Where can people get you?
They can get me on the Twitter and the Instagram at my name, William M. Gardner, GARDNER. And thanks, everyone, for a long night with you guys with the watch along. We're approaching now, 5.5 hours straight without leaving this chair.
Nuts. God, is your butt completely asleep?
What butt? What butt?
Bill, how's your circulation? You wearing like those compression socks to keep the circulation going in your legs there, because you're sitting down.
Bill's actually sitting in a bathtub. You just can't see it.
In my ass.
He's just floating. He's just bobbing there.
It's bathtub Bill.
Hydrotherapy. Bill. They call it hydrotherapy, just floating.
Yeah,
exactly. You never know where I could be anywhere with the British boot camp back.
Yeah. I don't know what's in Bill's secret portal table thing.
I imagine that the table in front of him has nothing but merch. And it's got got Post-its. It's like, here's the James Storm section. Here's the Eric Young merch, so he can just quickly.
See, in my mind, do you remember Space Ghost Coast to Coast? Remember how Zorak had that like circular keyboard desk? That's how I think of Bill's desk. It's like Space Ghost. Yeah.
All right, we're making a Moose reference. Get that Moose. It's like spins the desk around. Moose. There we go. Moose microphone.
Can I get a Zach Morris before we go off the air? We've been here for 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah, this is horrible.
Fucking terrible. You can find me at Mark World Order, MARKQ World Order on Twitter.
Jaybone, where can they get you and your other stuff?
You can find me over that other little podcast called Smash This Podcast, where we're smashing all things wrestling. Whenever this one isn't live, you can catch me over there on YouTube and Twitch. And you can catch it on all the socials. Give it a follow. Give it a like over on the Facebotch, the Twitter box, and that Instaneck. And for your bone on the go, you can catch it the audio portion of Smash This Podcast on anchor.fm. Oops, I'm dropping shit. Anchor.fm/Smash This Podcast.
Nice. Guys, you can get me at Trensberry over on Twitter, and the show at We Talk Impact, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Just type in Total Nonstop Impact on Google or wherever. We come up like right away. Give us a follow on all the social medias. We're very interactive throughout the day. So feel free to tweet us, post, get your comments in. Discord, the link is in the description below. There's the Discord gang that just goes on Discords all week long.
Come to the Discord. Join us. Be one with us.
That's all you guys. I don't go to Discord. That's all you guys. So,
I forgot. STP's got a Discord too.
There you go. Join Jaybone's Discord. Jay, did you hit the 1,000 subs yet on YouTube?
I'm at 970 something.
Come on, guys. Tell a friend. Come on. Tell somebody. What do we got here, Bill? Is that me? What do we got? What is this?
Was that me?
Me wearing Zubaz pants? Where did that picture come from?
That's hot.
What's not?
What's not on Zach pointed that out to me.
Zach bought it for you, animal.
Hold on. I've got something to share that's Trent based too.
Look at me. I feel like a star today.
Keep talking. Keep talking.
All right. And then, guys, what else? ProWrestlingTees.com/Total Nonstop Impact. Get your t-shirts there. All audio platforms, guys. Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon. Rate, review, and subscribe, guys. On audio, big shout out to the audio listeners as well. We ranked number 18 in the Philippines last week. So big thank you on iTunes, which is awesome. So thank you guys for that.
Thanks, fam.
YouTube.com/Total Nonstop Impact. Twitch.tv/Total Nonstop Impact. Get your brand new t-shirts at Pro Wrestling Tees, guys. The Owl and Mike. What do we got? Hold on. We're going to get to these photos in a second. The Owl and Mike t-shirt, brand new by One of the Dead that Mark is rocking right now. Go check that out, guys. It's a really, really cool shirt to get that. That it is right there. It is a really sweet shirt.
So vibrant.
Very vibrant.
Yeah,
it looks great printed.
Awesome.
What the?
That's Jaybone. No, is that Bison?
That's Bison.
And who? Who's next?
Bison and Joe.
Joe and Bison as Don and Kenny.
Dear God.
Send that to those two right now. Speaking of Joe and Bison, great segue here. The show schedule, guys. This is how we break down every Tuesday. It's Time Machine Tuesday. We go to the Asylum, NWA TNA throwbacks. Next week is going to be NWA TNA number 67. Watch on Impact Plus. Come hang out with us. Great shit going on. Wednesday is TNI UK. Joe and Bison do their full week in review, news, break down the shows for Impact and everything like that. And then Thursday is the flagship post show. After Impact goes off the air, we go live with the post show. But before that, Twitch watch along, Bill, Jaybone, and sometimes even Truck jumps in there. And that is the hangout. That's the watch along. Get your comments on the show while it's happening on Twitch. So twitch.tv/Total Nonstop Impact for that. And then we do all the pay-per-view specials, Impact Plus specials. Whenever that's happening, rest assured there's a reaction and a review going on for those too. I miss anything? Anything? Mark, you got your show something.
Well, are we still here? Shit.
Look at the time.
No, I did.
That son of a bitch.
All right, we're gonna get out of here, Mark. You're done. You're
it's
out
about
of here.
time for Kyle to pop in, right? Kyle,
yeah, it's about time. He should be home.
Jaybone's probably going live with his own podcast.
That's true. Jaybone, what are you reviewing after this?
Carl Anderson with pants on. Huh?
Come on, man.
Can I bring up something un-Impact related since it's the end of the show and everyone's gone anyways?
Go ahead.
Hey, congratulations, Texas. Ring of Honor relaunched their women's division this week, and 3 out of the 4 women are from Houston, trained by Booker T here.
Oh,
so,
Roxy, right? Hyan.
Yeah, Hyan, Laney Luck.
Nice.
And then there's one more person who was announced for that division. But hey, like
Hyan's in there. Yeah. Hyan, Laney Luck, and Roxy. Good for them, man.
Other stuff going on there.
I just saw Hyan, and we had her at AAW last weekend. She's great. Hyan's awesome. Like she's got something for sure. Roxy is good too.
Roxy. I know that was one of the. Well, they were both Deanna recommendations for Impact. So
yeah,
are they really?
Yeah. Well, Roxy and Hyan, and forget who else she said. Willow Nightingale and maybe somebody else.
Oh, nice, cool. One thing I want to just plug one thing real quick, just because we love him, and I want to get him on this show very soon too. Fala did an interview with Tommy Dreamer on the House of Hardcore podcast, and if you didn't already love Fala Ba, you will love him 10 times more. He's fantastic.
He's great.
He's the best. So go listen to Fala on Tommy Dreamer's House of Hardcore, guys. And we got to get Fala on here. I absolutely must have him on here. So
that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we'll work on getting Fala, guys.
Yes, you tell Impact you want guests. You want these guests. Tag them which guests you want on Impact.
Basically, that's the best way to do it. We didn't have any going into Rebellion because they were the Celebration was going on. You know, they wanted you to go to Celebration, obviously.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's understandable.
Understandable.
There was going to be no freebies over here. Okay, guys, you got to pay for Celebration. But we're back on the guest train. Impact likes sending us guests. The best way you can do it is tag Impact and tag the guest and tag us. Who do you want to see on this show? And let it be known that way. That's how we'll do it. Impact will see that and let us know who they want to send us, and we'll go from there. So,
and thanks to the Iceman tonight for bringing
big time again.
Thank you.
What a great guest. He was amazing. So we'll get Iceman back in a few months. He'll be back after Slammiversary. That'll be the plan for Iceman for sure.
Hell yeah.
All right, guys. Have a great weekend, everybody. Stay safe. Things are opening back up. Shit's kind of getting better. So it's good. We're getting to a good place here, man. So everybody stay safe out there. Have fun this weekend. Enjoy yourself.
Vaccine.
Yep, do your thing, guys. And we will see you back here Tuesday night for Throwback. Take care, everybody. Have a good. Thank you again for everybody joining us, hanging out late. We appreciate it. So awesome time. We'll see you Tuesday. Have a good night, everybody.